Yeah, we were going to go after the anthem in about 2 minutes. They're going to play the anthem in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So if you want to play the open after that, I don't know how long the open is, but the anthem is probably not going to be longer than 90 seconds. Sounds good. Thank you.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
You are listening to UNCP Braves football on the Braves Radio Network. Fans at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field rising for the national anthem. Cameron Songer here with Shane Irons. We will be back for the UNCP Braves pregame show in just a moment, and kickoff between the UNCP Braves and the Shaw Bears coming up at the top of the hour. Stay tuned. Welcome to Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field at Grace P. Johnson Stadium in Pembroke, North Carolina, where tonight the UNCP Braves will host the Shaw Bears. With Shane Irons, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Braves Radio Network. And Shane, should be a pretty good one tonight. The Braves got to 2-0 last week with a win over Fayetteville State, but it certainly wasn't pretty.
No, definitely not. And the story of that game was Pembroke's defense. 5 turnovers by the Braves offense, and the defense able to hold strong in that 14-10 victory. This is a young, energetic group. Keep your eye on them tonight.
Well, the nickname for the UNCP defense is Code Black, and what that kind of signifies, the idea is it's a unit, it's an elite force, and so far this season, that's really been the case. They've allowed 17 points in 2 games, and both of the touchdowns they've allowed so far this season came on opening drives against Winston-Salem State in Week 1 and against the Fayetteville State Broncos last week.
Yeah, you take away those early drives, and this Braves defense is outstanding, giving up just 205 yards a game. Like you said, they scored 14. They've only given up 17 total points in those games, 8.5 a game, and they're led by 2 really great players, Kendall Jacobs, the senior defensive back, and Mike Keck, on the D-line there. Those are 2 guys you really want to keep your eye on tonight, along with Mike Lawrence.
And the numbers compared to last year for the UNCP defense, just incredible. A year ago, they allowed almost 22 points per game. This year, 8.5. They allowed about 333 yards per game. Last year, 205 through 2 games this season. Forcing turnovers, not so much. They had 12 picks last year, just 1 so far on this season. But the big one, opponents only converting 33% on third downs. The defense gets off the field. That allows the UNCP offense to go out and try to make things happen.
Yeah, exactly. When your defense is on the field and is off the field and your offense is on the field, I mean, obviously you have a greater chance of scoring, and the Braves have had wonderful time of possession. I think this past game they had 34 minutes time of possession against FSU, and that's great when you can control the ball more than your opponents.
Yeah, the average time possession through the first 2 games for the Braves, 32 minutes and 16 seconds, so not a large margin, but they certainly, the last couple games, have leaned on the run game more. Part of that is due to the struggles of Patrick O'Brien, especially last week against Fayetteville State with 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions. But the running game, to me, Shane, has been really impressive.
Yeah, it has, and they really haven't relied on one running back by himself. They've been relying on 3 running backs, Rontonio Stanley, Brian Staten, and Cliff Jones. Stanley leading the way so far with 105 yards, but Staten and Cliff Jones not far behind. The Braves have options at the running back position, and I look for them to cycle through them tonight. I think Cliff Jones is listed as the starter, so look for him to take some snaps. But, I mean, Brian Staten and Cliff Jones will definitely, or Stanley and Staten will definitely take some time in this game for the Braves.
The important thing to remember with those guys, none of them in their final year of eligibility. Rontonio Stanley, a redshirt junior. Cliff Jones, a redshirt junior. DeMonte Rem, a redshirt junior. And Brian Staten, a redshirt freshman. All of them with 7 or more carries on the season. Stanley leading the way with 26, Staten with 13, and Jones with 17. You talk about some teams have a 2 or 3-headed monster. The Braves, it's 4. They are 4 really good running backs. There's a mix of speed, Rontonio Stanley at 5'8", 175, all the way to DeMonte Rem and Brian Staten, both listed at 5'11", 210, more of the pounding, physical, third down stereotypical backs. They can run guys over all over the field, and that's a problem for this Shaw defense. It's a little bit undersized, a little bit inexperienced, and they've given up a lot of points in the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, the fresh legs, you said 4 running backs. I mean, that's a lot of fresh legs to be sending in and out of the game. It's hard to imagine that backfield ever getting tired. But you mentioned that Shaw defense, which makes you want to talk about Moses White and Roland Green, 2 outstanding linebackers who are going to have to carry the load tonight and are really going to be responsible for stopping that run. Moses White with 28 tackles on the season's playing outstanding football, the CIAA linebacker of the week last week. Roland Green with 20 tackles of his own. These 2 are absolute monsters in the front 7.
Well, the Bears come into tonight's game with an 0-2 record, losses to Wingate last week, and in the first week they were on the road playing a Division I, an FCS opponent in NCA&T, and it wasn't pretty. It was a 61-0 loss. The stats will probably hurt for Shaw for a little bit because the per-game averages will have to come down after such a huge offensive performance for their opponent, but we'll look at them anyway, and we will talk about how the Braves are looking at those numbers, and especially offensively, probably chomping at the bit to get going. Shaw allowing 45.5 points per game. Their passing defense allowing 204.5 yards through the air. And the rush defense has actually been worse, 206.5 yards per game. Again, I think that part of that comes from the fact that games they've been playing haven't been particularly close. Wingate was up by 2 or 3 scores most of that game last week. And that really allowed Shaw's opponents to just keep running the ball against them, racking up those rushing yards. But the big stat, we talked about how UNCP's defense so good at getting off the field. Opponents against Shaw, when the Shaw defense forces third down, opponents converting 56% of the time.
Yeah, that Shaw defense is going to have to get off the field. They got to have their offense on the field. And, like you said, the Braves are definitely chopping at the bit. Patrick O'Brien's looking to redeem himself from last week. That running game's looking to get going. Those receivers are looking to get going. So that's really going to be the battle tonight. Can the Shaw defense get off the field, and can this Braves offense really get going? We haven't seen them click on all cylinders yet this season, and that's what we're hoping to see tonight.
Well, the streak for the Braves, the magic number is 17 points. They haven't broken 17 points in a game since the 2013 season when they had 9 wins, went to the postseason. All of last season, a 2-8 campaign for the Braves, and both games so far this season, they haven't been able to break that 17-point barrier. The closest they've come has been 17 against Shaw last year and also against Winston-Salem State this year. Shane Richardson is now in his second season with the Braves, the head coach of UNCP, formerly the defensive coordinator here in Pembroke. Kind of limped through that 2-8 campaign, but it was a major growing experience for that team, and you can see the dividends paid off immediately in 2015.
Yeah, Shane Richardson's really done a great job turning this team around. That first season of his, they lost a lot of starters, they lost a lot of the coaching staff, and it was really a rebuilding process for Shane Richardson and these Braves. And you see him coming down the tunnel there with his team. He'll look to have a great season this year, and so far he has.
Definitely potential for something special this season as the Braves take the field. It's Parents and Families Weekend, so the stand's pretty well packed here in Pembroke as the crowd continues to file in before the 7 p.m. kickoff. A gorgeous night for football. Temperature at 7 p.m. for the kickoff, expected to be about 82 degrees. It was a warm one here today in Pembroke. Not too much wind as we kind of glance over at the flags on top of the goalposts. Pretty much still, a kind of still air. It's going to continue to be pretty warm. The players are going to be battling the fatigue, I think, and staying hydrated will definitely be important for the players. The last unit we really haven't talked about yet during this pregame, Shane, is the Shaw offense. The key player for them is the senior running back, Marquise Grizzle. He's tied for the all-time lead at Shaw University in career points. He needs just one more score to break that all-time record, a big accomplishment for Mr. Grizzle.
Yeah, Marquise Grizzle, outstanding senior running back. Although he's had some struggles this season, he's just averaging 2.2 yards per carry. He'll really look to get going. But I'll tell you who I'm really excited about is Trevonte Long. He is a tight end. He's a sophomore transfer from North Carolina A&T. And so far, he's got the Bears' only big play of the season with an 82-yard touchdown reception. He's averaging 17.1 yards a catch. That's big time. And I think that Rucker will look to hit Trevonte Long tonight.
Just 4 players on the Bears have a reception so far this season. Quentin Rucker, the senior quarterback from Atlanta, Georgia, transferred to Shaw from NC Central. And he's completed just 39% of his passes so far this season for 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. They definitely look to run the ball early and often with Grizzle. They also have Travis Lockett, junior running back. Captains are out on the field right now. It looks like UNCP has won the coin toss, and they will elect to defer to the second half. So Shaw will begin this game with the ball. 15 minutes on the first quarter game clock. We're about ready to get going here, Shane. I'm really excited for this game.
Yeah, definitely. I think Shane Richardson made a great choice here by putting his defense on the field first. Definitely excited.
Well, it's been that first drive that's been a problem for UNCP's defense. They've allowed touchdowns on both of the, in both games. Their opponents have scored on the opening drive. This is an opportunity for them to break that trend, make a big statement early in this game, and look to run away with this one. I think the Braves know they're a superior team to Shaw, but it's a matter of actually executing it on the field, playing to your capabilities, not the competition.
Right, and the mark of any great team is the ability to win the games you should win in convincing fashion. So that's what we'll look here tonight for the Braves. They're definitely heavily favored, and they'll need to go out there and show why they're a heavily favored team.
UNCP in the black lids, black jerseys with large white numbers, very easy to see up here in the press box, and black pants. So they're mono black. Shaw, white hats, white jerseys with red numbers and trim, and white pants. So all black versus all white. I don't think anyone is going to mistake someone for being on the other team. Very easy to see. The lights are starting to come on. Still sunset taking over behind the back of Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. Casting some long shadows. It might be tough to see for the players for the first 10 to 15 minutes of this game, but after that, it'll be darkness in Pembroke. The lights are on. The Braves special teams taking the field. It's about go time.
Yeah, Matt Davis will be kicking off here. Matt Davis getting his first real chance here as a Brave to kick. He was behind Connor Haskins last year. Connor Haskins, great kicker, but now it's Matt Davis' time to shine. This kid has a big leg. He can really boot the ball.
Davis getting his special teams ready to go. It's the UNCP Braves and the Shaw Bears under the lights in Pembroke, North Carolina. The Braves are 2-0. The Bears are 0-2. Will the perfection continue for the Braves, or will the Bears break through and get their first win of the season? We're about to find out. Matt Davis has put the ball down. The special teams is still huddled up. And players just milling around right now, getting ready to start this game.
And there's the break.
There it is. Back deep to return for Shaw. It's number 28, Raheem Winston. He's on the left. And here's the kick. They will kick it away from Winston, fielded at the goal line, and taken out, taken towards the right side, and tackled immediately. He didn't even get out to the 15-yard line.
It looked like his spotter there told him to stay and kneel the ball. I'm not sure he was in the end zone. He elected to take it out, but good coverage by the Braves.
That was Ty Jefferson on the return, and here comes the Shaw offense for the first time. So we'll introduce you to the Shaw starters. We talked about Quinton Rucker, the quarterback. He will be under center. Marquise Grizzle in the backfield. The receivers, Trey James and Karoquis Jefferson. Danny Webster, the other wide receiver. We talked about Trevante Long, the tight end. They come out with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right in a shotgun formation, and we'll introduce you to the Shaw offensive line in a moment, as well as the UNCP defense. Handoff goes to Grizzle off right tackle, a little bit of space. He's still on his feet, reaches forward to about the 25-yard line. He might have got enough for a first down there.
Yeah, he definitely picked up the first down, and if you're the Shaw offense, that's what you want to see early on is those kind of plays, taking chunks of the field away very quickly. Good run there by Grizzle.
So the starting offensive line for the Bears, Sheldon Sadler's the left tackle, Derek Brown at left guard, Kendall Evans at center, Jaquan Watson at right guard, and Jalial Johnson at right tackle. They all had a great push there. Flag on the play, and looked like someone jumped early. Shaw backing up. It's a false start and 5 yards against the Bears.
Not what you want to see after a big play like that.
It's their 11th penalty of the season through their first 2 games, 10 penalties for 99 yards, meaning they're giving up about 50 yards per game in penalty yardage, and 5 of them right there.
If your offense is struggling, that's not what you're looking for. We got a late guy coming on the field here. Quick change. Grizzle's going to go off.
That's Locke going off.
Oh, my bad, Locke.
That's okay. So first and 15 for the Bears, 14:22 on the first quarter game clock from their own 20-yard line. Shotgun snap, handoff to the left, and a little bit of space. Taking it all the way off left tackle, past the 30 to the 35, pushed out of bounds. Another first down run. And that looked like Raheem Winston again on the carry.
Nice display of speed there by Winston to get to the corner and turn that corner and get upfield on the Braves. The Braves will need to really contain the outside there. Their outside linebackers need to make sure that they don't let anything outside that corner.
I'll introduce you to the Braves starting defense. Mike Keck and Tyler Hinton are the defensive ends. Austin Locklear and Marquin Hill at the defensive tackles. Garrett Barnett, Elijah Williams, and Carlos Manning at the linebacker spots. Mike Lawrence, Kendall Jacobs, Josh Manns, and Matt Thomas Quick in the defensive backfield. First and 10 for the Bears from their own 33. Draw play and taken down immediately. A good charge up the middle, and that was Mike Keck making the stop.
Yeah, I told you, keep your eye on Mike Keck. He's going to have a big game tonight for the Braves, and good tackle there, good read to get inside and make that tackle.
So third down, as that long first play didn't get them to the sticks. I think that he stepped out earlier than it initially looked. So we thought he had gotten all the way almost out to the 35 or 40. So now 3rd and 5, and the Braves defense has a chance to get off the field from the 30-yard line with 13:18 to go in the first quarter. Shotgun snap, dropping back to pass, has some time, looks to the left, complete and pushed out of bounds. A good conversion there. They needed 5. They picked up 8.
Yeah, a little soft on the coverage there. I think, knowing that they only needed 5 yards, need to press up a little bit more, but good coverage, ultimately not to give up more than what the catch was.
First pass of the day for Quinton Rucker is completed to Karoquis Jefferson. So he's 1 for 1 tonight. And second first down of the drive for the Bears as they are moving up the field from their own 38-yard line. Still no score in this game, 2 minutes in from the left hash. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 1 running back in the backfield with Rucker. No tight ends in the formation. Handoff up the middle. No, it's an option play. Taking it up the middle is Rucker, and he's taken down past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Again, close to a first down.
Yeah, and that's a big quarterback to tackle. It's 6'3", 205. Rucker can move. So you got to keep your eye on him coming up the field.
They will move the chains and say he got just enough for the first down. So from their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bears. Shotgun snap. Again, an option play. Tripped up is Rucker, and he's finally brought down. Mike Keck with the initial defensive surge. He couldn't wrap him up, and then the linebacker comes in to clean it up. Elijah Williams makes the tackle. No gain on the play.
Yeah, good gang tackling there by the Braves.
So 2nd and 10 from their own 43-yard line for the Bears. They'll actually say he got about half a yard, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. 12-13 to go in the first quarter. Still no score as the Bears looking to convert their opening drive into points. UNC Pembroke's defense has allowed points on each of their opponent's first 2 drives of the season. The first drives in both games, that is. Trips to the right, handoff up the middle, and over the 50 to about to the Braves' 48-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and long. Braves are fired up. Raheem Winson again with the carry.
Yeah, it'll be a massive substitutions here. Going to get some fresh bodies in on the 3rd down. I think this is a good move here. Keep your defense fresh.
Braves bringing in on that nickel package, face what's probably a passing situation on 3rd and 6. As the Bears will probably have to pass here. It's 3rd and 6 from the UNCP 48-yard line. So they already took this drive from about their own 15 all the way into Braves territory. A pretty good drive for a team that struggled offensively. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side for Quinton Rucker. The Braves will bring pressure. Rucker hit as he throws. He lobs up to the right side, looking deep. Incomplete, no flag on the play. Great coverage by Matt Thomas Quick. They were looking for Troy James.
There is going to be a flag on the play there. I think they're going to get rough in the passer. The Braves defender came in a little low into the knees of Rucker, and he looks like he's a little bit shaken up.
Well, his helmet popped off, so he is going to make his way over to the sidelines, and we might get a chance to look at his backup. Indeed, Terrence Chambry II will trot onto the field, and the officials talk this over. I was looking back where the pass fell down, and now the official making a call. They will say a low hit on the quarterback. That's a dangerous play. Braves fans might not agree with the call, but it's probably a good rule, Shane.
Yeah, this day and age, I mean, it's well established the quarterbacks are to be protected. You know, they're vulnerable players dropping back, looking downfield, and to take a shot at the knees like that, you got to be careful.
So that advances all the way to the Braves' 33-yard line. The backup quarterback, Terrence Chambry II, the freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, who's just 0 for 1 passing the ball so far this season, will be under center. A running back and a fullback in the formation. 11:06 to go. 1st and 10 for Shaw. Handoff goes up the middle. Not a lot of room. Breaking through 1 tackle, falling down to about the 30. Still on his feet and churning is Travis Locke, and he's finally whistled down at about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, you almost had to expect the run there when you bring in your backup like that, and he'll go right back off. Rucker's back on the field. It's good to see him without an injury.
So he doesn't appear to be limping whatsoever, so he trots right back out. 2nd down, and we'll call it 4 for the Shaw Bears. 10:40 on the first quarter game clock. Still no score. This opening drive has been pretty impressive by the Bears. Coming out in what looks like a pistol formation is Quinton Rucker. He has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and a fullback. I think that's Braxton Huggins. He'll motion from right to left, and they'll hand off up the middle, looking again for Locke. He's looking for space. Not a lot there. He's taken down to about the 25-yard line and then pushed back.
Yeah, this Bears offense really challenging the front 7 of the Braves early on in this ball game, and so far, for the most part, getting the better of the Braves. We'll see what adjustments can be made here to slow down this running game of the Bears.
3rd and 3 coming up for Shaw from the Braves' 26-yard line, so right on the edge of field goal territory already, but I think the Bears are probably thinking 7 points.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a distance kick there. I don't think that I would almost treat this as 4-down territory, honestly, against this good Braves defense.
Under center is Rucker, 3 receivers to his right, and a couple tight ends in the formation. They will stretch run to the right side. Not a lot of room there. The first defender to it is Elijah Williams, and he is well short of the first down marker.
Yeah, great tackling there by the Braves to swarm the ball, that code black you were talking about.
And they will bring out the field goal unit. Joan Wen, the field goal kicker, is a freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. And as far as I can tell, no field goal attempts for him so far this season. They really haven't shown a lot of faith in their kicker. And suddenly that changes tonight. This will be a 42-yard attempt from the right hash, 9:13 on the game clock. 4th and 2, perhaps a fake here, and the Braves are playing a couple guys back off the line in case this is a fake. So here's the attempt for Nguyen. It's down, and it's a low kick. It's hooking, and it misses wide right. So the field goal no good, a 42-yard attempt by Joe Nguyen. As the Shaw Bears take the opening drive almost the length of the field, they get stuffed on 3rd down on the run play, and now here comes the Braves offense for the first time.
Yeah, let's see what Patrick O'Brien can do here. I would expect the Braves to open up with a run here, a very high percentage pass, but going back to that defense, they do finally get the monkey off their back. First drive of the game, they managed to shut it down, with the missed field goal. Awesome job there by the Braves defense.
The starting running back tonight for the Braves is Cliff Jones. He'll be out there in the backfield with Patrick O'Brien. The wide receivers, John Rich, JoJo Spann, and B.J. Bunn. And also a fullback in the formation, Martin Munn. He motions from right to left. Handoff will go to the left side. Jones with a little bit of space. He's across the 35, taken down to almost the 40-yard line. A little bit of contact after the play, but no flag. And an obvious first down, a gain of 13 for Cliff Jones on the first play of the night for the Braves.
Yeah, good run by Cliff Jones. We talked about it. These Braves running backs, just keep your eye on them as this game progresses. They've got plenty of them.
Jones will stay out there as the Braves go no huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Munn, the fullback, in the formation, and a pistol formation with Patrick O'Brien, the quarterback. They motion Munn to the right once again, or to the left. Handoff will go up the middle. Jones looking for space. Gets the stiff arm across the 45 down to the 46-yard line. A gain of 7 on the run. Cliff Jones making some plays early.
Yeah, it looked like they ran the same exact play again. Very confident there in their ability to execute. Jones just bounced this one out a little bit wider, but bold offensive call in there to run the same play twice.
8:15 to go in the first quarter. Still no score. The Braves driving. They're marked down at the 45-yard line from their own 45. Shotgun formation. O'Brien, the quarterback, with Jones to his left. He drops back to pass, has a little bit of time looking to the left side. A lot of contact and no whistle. John Rich was the intended target. That bounces harmlessly to the turf, but that bounced off a defender before a Brave was able to get his hands on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Patrick O'Brien was looking at there. Thomas Street was all over that route. I mean, I don't know how he even saw a black jersey.
I'll introduce you to the Braves starting offensive line. Lawrence Keys at left tackle, Chris Hassard at left guard, Jared Johnson the center, DeMarcus Whitehurst at right guard, and Jaden Funderburk the right tackle. Stedman Rush is the starting tight end, although we haven't seen him yet in this game. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3rd and 3 for the Braves. Handoff goes up the middle. This is Jones, and he emerges on the other side of the pile, but he might be a yard short.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to bring the sticks out and measure this one. It's going to be close, and unfortunately no replay here in Division II, so we won't be able to.
A pretty unfavorable spot, and a decision now for Shane Richardson and the Braves offense. It's marked at the 47-yard line. The line to gain was a little short of the 48, so 4th and inches from their own 47, and the offense will stay on the field. They will huddle up, substitute a couple guys in and out. Play clock is at 10. They still haven't broken the huddle. Here it is. 2 fullbacks in the formation. O'Brien under center. Let's see if they don't just try to sneak it. They will hand off right side. Jones is stopped in the backfield. It's a turnover on downs. Taken down at the 45-yard line, leading the charge, Thomas Street, the cornerback blitz, and the Bears will take over on downs.
Yeah, it looked like the Braves were really going somewhere there. Some good couple runs by Jones, and then kind of get stuffed a little bit, get in that 2nd and 3rd and long situation. Then you get where you have just a yard to go. Bad spot by the referee there, but I think they took too long in that huddle, and that Bears defense was able to get ready for that.
7:16 to go in the first quarter. Ball at the Braves' 45-yard line. That's where the Bears will take over. They're right back on the field, and we will continue right here on the Braves Radio Network. With Shane Irons, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as the sun's setting at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. Shotgun snap, and the handoff goes up the middle. Breaking one tackle, getting maybe a yard, is the running back Travis Locke, and the entire Braves defensive line swarm to that.
Yeah, we've seen Travis Locke quite a few times now. We haven't seen Grizzle for a little bit. Makes you wonder where he's at and if he's okay.
Now coming in to run the ball will be Raheem Winston. He checks in, replacing Locke. Appears to be the only substitution for Shaw. 2nd and 9 from the right hash from the Braves 44-yard line. Yeah, 2 receivers to the right, a tight end on the right side in Trevante Long, and a receiver to the far left. A running back to the left of Rucker. They'll run a speed option to the left, and Rucker veers it out. He keeps it, gets across the 40. He's finally taken down and a host of Braves there to bring him down. It'll bring up a third and pretty manageable for the Bears inside the Braves' 40-yard line. I think this might be 4-down territory, Shane.
Yeah, definitely. And, you see the Bears offense continually looking outside there, and that's because big Marquand Hill, number 96 there, the anchor of that Braves defensive line, he's just plugging that up down there.
3rd and 3 from the Braves' 38-yard line with 6 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Another shotgun formation for Quinton Rucker. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and the tight end continues to be Trevante Long. He's on the right side. They'll roll the pocket to the right, throwing, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Elijah Williams. He's taking it up the left sideline, pushed out of bounds into Bears territory. The linebacker, Elijah Williams, gets the first turnover of tonight's game.
Yeah, that's those turnovers you're talking about. Braves haven't had many this season. Great job by Elijah Williams there to get that one.
So the Braves will take over in Bears territory at the 45-yard line. First down, 5:51 on the first quarter game clock. Still no score in the game, and new life for the Braves. Things didn't look good. They got stuffed on 4th down on their last drive. They will come back out offensively here.
Yeah, if I'm Shane Richardson, I go straight for the deep shot here. You got him off balance now. I would take my big-armed quarterback and go right down the field.
2 receivers to the right, none to the left. A fullback and a running back in the formation with Patrick O'Brien. And a tight end in the formation as well. Stedman Rush, the starting tight end for the Braves. And there's a little bit of a delay as the Bears defense comes out onto the field. We are now ready to go. Pistol formation here for O'Brien with Jones behind him. He stands on the 50-yard line, gets the snap. Bears bring pressure, stepping up in the pocket, looking deep, complete to John Rich, and he's down at the 20-yard line. Gain of 25 on the play for the Braves.
Yeah, great look there. Good pass by Patrick O'Brien, looking very accurate. We talked about that deep shot just a second ago, and they took it.
Braves go no huddle. They want to keep the pedal to the metal and try to immediately turn that turnover into points. A couple substitutions coming in gives us a chance to talk about the starting lineup for the Bears defensively. Brian Smallwood, Derek Herring, Dwight Campbell, and Trenier Frazier are the defensive line. Roland Green, Keelan Jones, and Moses White, the linebackers. And then in the defensive backfield, Bruce Parker Jr. and Thomas Street are the defensive backs. Raheem Bramwell and Odie Harris are the safeties. Braves come out in 4-wide formation with 1 tight end. Zelius Morrow is the tight end. They motion a receiver from right to left, and it's a little shovel option, getting the pitch and falling down to about the 14-yard line. Nice decision there by O'Brien, and the man making that run appeared to be, was that B.J. Bunn?
No, I believe that was number 87.
That's Rick Mack,
Yeah.
the redshirt freshman from High Point, North Carolina. Technically that's a pass play, so his 5th reception of the season. There's been some scoring confusion in the past with the Braves and their opponents as to whether or not that little shovel option or that jet sweep is a pass, but it is moving forward out of the hands of Patrick O'Brien. So 2nd and 4, they bring pressure, handoff up the middle to Jones. He's got a ton of room. He's down inside the 10-yard line. The Braves will have 1st and goal.
Yeah, this Braves offensive line getting a real good push against the front 7 of the Bears here, really opening up some holes for Jones here early on in this football game.
4:34 to go in the first quarter. Still no score. Braves have the first appearance in the red zone for either team. They'll bring a couple substitutes out. Martin Munn, the fullback, leaves the game. And the Braves bring in a couple more guys with slightly better hands. Zelius Morrow, the tight end, replaces him. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bunn is alone on the left side. Cliff Jones behind O'Brien. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Play clock down to 7. Pistol formation for O'Brien. Bears showing pressure. And the handoff will go up the middle to Jones. Not a lot of room there. He's able to fight forward, picked up about a yard or two, and he looks like he's down to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, good stop there by the Bears defense. That was not on that original roster. Big number 99, Derek Herring getting in the way there. You see him come up out of that pile. He's another big guy.
And they will actually say no gain on the play. So 2nd and goal from the 8 once again. He might have even lost a yard, so we'll say 8.5. Great surge defensively by that front 4 for the Bears. Derek Herring, like you said, right in the front of that play. Shotgun formation here for O'Brien. 3:25 to go in the quarter. Jet sweep, not a lot there. Breaking 1 tackle is Huffman. He's trying to stretch it out to the corner, and the defensive back's there making the play. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from about that spot. B.J. Bunn trying to block 3 guys there on his own on the left side.
Yeah, but how about Huffman? Look at a little Steve Smith there with that feistiness at the end of that play, getting hit, but still moving forward.
Well, he had a little bit of trouble corralling that pitch, and he had to go back to about the 12-yard line, shook off a tackle, and was able to ultimately make something out of nothing. That could have been a loss of about 3 or 4 yards for the Braves.
Yeah,
this
good.
is a pretty obvious passing situation here. 4 receivers, 2 to each side, and a running back to the left of O'Brien. 3rd and goal from the 7. Bears bring pressure. O'Brien looks for the fade. Bun left corner of the end zone. Incomplete. No flag in the back corner of the end zone. It'll be 4th and goal for the Braves.
Yeah, that was a good pickup by Jones there on the blitz off the outside. He really stepped up there, and if he doesn't make that block, I'm not so sure that Patrick O'Brien doesn't get sacked.
As it is, the Braves will trot out the field goal unit. 4th and goal from the Bears' 7-yard line. 2:36 left to go in the first quarter, and on to attempt what's not too much longer than an extra point, Matt Davis. This will be about a 28-yard field goal. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. The Braves strike first. 2:32 to go in the first quarter. It's UNCP 3, Shaw nothing. Timeout on the field. We will take it as well. You're listening to UNCP Braves football. Everything 30. Back here in Pembroke with Shane Irons, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you for joining us on the Braves Radio Network. 2:32 to go in the first quarter. The Braves turned an interception into a field goal in the red zone. They lead 3-0 over the Shaw Bears. On to kickoff, Matt Davis for the Braves. And back deep to return for the Bears, number 85, Ty Jefferson. But there with what looks like is that 23?
I think it's Raheem Winston. He was back there before. I think he's back there again. If he would turn his jersey towards the press box,
it's a little bit tough to see some of those numbers when they're not facing us, as they don't have what you call TV numbers on the shoulders. What's really nice is the Alabama style, where they have numbers on the helmets. I hate to sound like too much of an old school guy, but it really helps the broadcasters, let me tell you.
Yeah, that is Raheem Winston back there on the near side of the field.
Neither Jefferson nor Winston were listed as kick returners on this roster for the Bears that we got, but there you go. Winston will field it from the 3-yard line and takes it up the near sideline, bounces off a tackle, now will try to go to the left, and he is tripped up at the 12-yard line. Making the play is number 29 for the Braves. That's Teron Huffman playing special teams and making the tackle.
Yeah, good job by Huffman. He doesn't make that tackle. Winston's got some room to the outside there. He might get 20, 30 more yards. I didn't see another defender for quite a while.
So the Bears, following another pretty poor kick return, they could have let that bounce into the end zone. It would have been touched back. They would have gotten it at the 25-yard line. Instead, they will start on their own 13, 2:25 to go in the first quarter, trailing 3-0. And the Braves will trot their defense back out onto the field, trying to continue to lock these Bears down. Coming out with 2 receivers to either side is the quarterback, Quentin Rucker, a running back to his right. That looks like Locke. Handoff goes to Locke as he bounces back towards the middle, and absolutely nothing there. Mike Keck making the initial push from the defensive end spot.
Yeah, I want to talk about what Mike Keck did there. He played the option, very good to stay at home discipline, and then he crashed down the line to make that tackle. Very, very sound play there by the senior defensive end.
Mike Keck, one of the leaders of this team, 9 tackles coming into tonight's action, 4 of them solo, 2.5 sacks, and 4 tackles for a loss. That will go down as a gain of 2 for the Bears. It brings up 2nd and 8, as there's exactly 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Play clock took a while to get started, so still 25 on the play clock, as they finally break the huddle here and will come up to the line. 2 receivers on each side once again, same formation. And the Braves didn't make many substitutions either. Rucker in the shotgun. Snap a little high, he gets to it, has time, throws complete to the right side, and that's more than enough for a first down to the 25-yard line where he slid and made the catch. That's Trey James, the senior from College Park, Georgia.
Good job to find the hole in the zone there. Looked like the Braves were sitting in a little bit of a zone. Good job to find that hole. A little bit inaccuracy there by Rucker. Could have been a little bit better of a pass, but still completion and a first down, which is good considering that you started your drive on the 13-yard line looking for breathing room.
And a conservative catch there by James. He slid making the catch instead of trying to stay on his feet and get the yards after the catch. So 1st and 10 for the Bears, a minute 15 to go first quarter. Handoff up the middle. No, it's a read option, and falling forward for a gain of about 2 or 3 is Rucker. And a little bit of pushing and shoving going on after the play. Hustling back to the line defensively is Tyler Hinton, who was in the Bears backfield. They go no huddle, but then they take their time.
That was Garrett Barnett on that tackle, by the way. Good outside linebacker play.
So gain of 3 for the Bears. 2nd and 7 from their own 28-yard line. They'll come out. 2 receivers on each side, no tight ends, and 1 running back. It looks like, again, Travis Locke joining Rucker in the backfield. They set up a screen to the right side. It's complete to the wide receiver, James. Not a lot to work with there. He might have even lost a yard. Good play defensively there by Kendall Jacobs to come in and blow that one up.
Yeah, Tyler Hinton also in on that. Good play for a big guy to be able to stay in the middle of that screen action there.
And the cornerback on that side, Matt Thomas, quick. He got off his block, well, quick. 15 seconds, and the Bears don't need to run a play here, and it doesn't look like they will. 3rd and 8 from their own 27. They finally break the huddle, and they might actually get a play off here, 6-5. And now Rucker starts walking towards the sideline. He knows that he wants a little bit more time to talk this over. End of the first quarter here in Pembroke. The Braves leading the Shaw Bears 3-0. When we come back, the Bears will have 3rd and 8 from their own 27. Stay tuned. You're listening to UNCP Braves football. Back here in Pembroke with the Braves leading the Shaw Bears 3-0 after 1 quarter. It's been a low-scoring defensive battle, and the key play so far was a Braves interception.
Yeah, we talked about those turnovers. Great job by Elijah Williams getting out into the flats there, able to take that pass off the hands of Rucker. And then from there, it's really the story of this offensive line of the Braves able to push the front 7 of the Bears back. Good runs by Jones, picking up chunks of yardage here. They would have liked to have finished that play for 7, but you'll take the lead.
So it's 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Bears as the teams switch sides. The Bears will now be going from right to left across the field in those white jerseys with the red numbers, white helmets and white pants, and the Braves going all black with the white numbers. Very clear contrast between the home and away jerseys. And Code Black will try to live up to their name here. And they're doing it literally in their dress and trying to get off the field and force the Bears to punt deep in their own territory. 3rd and 8 from their own 27. A draw play. It's dropped. And miscommunication on the exchange. Now trying to stretch it out to the outside, and nothing there for Travis Locke on a broken play. The exchange between Rucker and Locke was mishandled, and the Bears fairly lucky to even maintain possession.
Yeah, good tackle there by Khalil Hollis. He actually got a little bit of play time in the game there. Good job by him to get over there and make that. Mike Keck also on that tackle. You see the C for captain on his jersey there. Veteran player.
So on to punt is Danny Webster for the Bears. He's also a wide receiver and has also gotten some carries and also attempted some passes so far this season. The do-it-all man, the senior, will attempt his 17th punt of the season. Back to return, B.J. Bunn. And he will let it bounce, and it will go down at about the Braves' 49-yard line. The 2 punt returners there for the Braves, and B.J. Bunn and Jonathan Allen. So pretty good starting field position here for the Braves. They'll start from their own 49-yard line, trotting out onto the field. Leading the offense back out there is Patrick O'Brien, the redshirt junior, transferred to UNCP from UNC Charlotte. He's completed 60% of his passes so far this year, coming into tonight's game, that is, for 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and has 8 carries for 26 yards. Also fumbled once in that game against Fayetteville State.
Got some stats for you here. Patrick O'Brien starting this game well, 3 for 5 for 31 yards, and that 24-yard pass there to John Rich.
Let's see if he can keep it going. Braves have 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. They take over with 14:10 to go in the half. Handoff on a little bit of a delay, looking for Jacobs. He gets a yard or 2, keeps the feet moving forward and into Bears territory. The first down run by Cliff Jones. And he's been pretty much the only back we've seen so far today.
Yeah, we thought we'd see a little bit more of the other running backs, but it appears Shane Richardson's willing to go with Jones, but I believe that number 34, Stanley, just checked into. I'm sorry, that's Martin Munn, the fullback. Struggling with these numbers up here.
It can be tough to see the numbers unless they're facing our way. Again, I've talked about the TV numbers before. It helps radio broadcasters too, ladies and gentlemen. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bears starting to show blitz. Munn, the fullback, in sort of a pistol look, dropping back to passes. O'Brien, he looks to the right. It's over the head of B.J. Bunn and incomplete. Just overshot his intended target by a significant amount. That was well over his head. He's no Yao Ming over there.
Yeah, but good job by B.J. Bunn to find the space in that defense and get over there. Look for that again. Patrick O'Brien, good quarterback. I don't think we'll see that mistake again from him on that throw.
Clock stopped with 13:22 to go in the first half. Braves leading 3-0. 3rd and 8 from the Bears' 49-yard line. This will be a pretty obvious passing situation. Let's see if O'Brien can find a man and get the yards the Braves need here. 2 receivers to the left, a tight end, and a wide receiver to the right. Jonathan Huff in the game. They'll motion him into the backfield, then back out to the right side. Shotgun snap is a little low. O'Brien looks to the left side. It's over the head of Bunn once again. Incomplete. It bounces harmlessly to the turf in front of the Bears bench, and out comes the punting unit for the Braves.
Good stop there by the Bears defense, able to hold the Braves to really not much of anything on that drive. The Braves never really got going, so we'll get another look here at the Bears offense.
An opportunity here for the punting unit for the Braves. This is Darius Williams on to punt, and he has an opportunity to really pin the Bears back deep in their own territory. The line of scrimmage is the Bears' 49-yard line. The punter, Williams, stands on his own 35, and the punt return man standing inside the 20-yard line. Let's see if he's able to get this down into the coffin corner. The Bears bring pressure. The snap is fumbled, and it's dropped. Bears recover the fumble. Even if the Braves had recovered the fumble, it wouldn't matter. Who's at the bottom of that pile? Turnover on the punt attempt there as Williams wasn't able to get it off. 1st and 10 for the Bears at the Braves' 40-yard line.
Yeah, heads-up play there by Andrew Cash to fall on that ball out of the hands of Williams. And so a turnover for a turnover, and boards back to 0.
Yeah, the interception by the Braves earlier, and now the net turnover battle back to even, as the Braves had an opportunity to swing field position. Give credit to the coaching staff of Shaw. They brought pressure. If the snap hadn't been fumbled, there was a good chance they were going to block that. That was an absolute jailbreak, and Rucker couldn't do anything with that. 1st and 10 for the Bears, 13:12 to go in the half. They start in Braves territory for the first time tonight. Out of the shotgun, here's the pass. Looking deep to the right side, looking for a man, and it's caught. No, it's fumbled in the end zone. Will they say he caught it? Was he down? What's the call? They will say he caught it and then was down, and the ground caused that fumble, and the Braves cannot believe that call. Absolutely everything about that perfect for a shot. It's exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he caught that ball. Obviously, we can't argue with the referees up here, but I'm not so convinced that he actually had control of that football. But either way, great play there right off the turnover to go straight down the field, similar to what the Braves tried to do.
They went deep down the right side looking for Trey James, and he got his hands on that ball. There's no doubt about it, and then lost it as he was going to the ground. Whether he actually possessed the ball, made a catch, and then went to the ground and the ground caused the fumble, that's what the officials were saying. The ball fumbled into the end zone. The Braves were able to pick it up. That could have been a touchback or an incomplete pass. Instead, 1st and goal from the Braves' 1-yard line, and the Bears have an opportunity to punch it in. They'll go QB sneak, and a good surge defensively by the Braves. I don't think Rucker got enough to get it. They will mark him just short, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal from just a few inches short of the goal line.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was jumping over the line, but they really got up there. Good play there, good athleticism. I'm actually looking right now. I think that might have been Mack that attempted to jump over that line.
So 2nd and goal for the Bears, right in the middle of the field. 12:12 to go in the first half. They'll take a couple of their big men off the field. Now put 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 tight ends, and a running back in the formation. Under center is Rucker. They will hand it off. A good surge and the touchdown run by Travis Locke. He's in the end zone standing up, and the first touchdown of the game goes to the Shaw Bears. It's 6-3, extra point pending.
Yeah, big splash play there by the Bears. Rucker going deep, and it's no wonder they went to James. James is 6'5". He has a real height advantage over just about every corner on this Braves football team.
So on to attempt the extra point. It's Joan Nguyen, the freshman. 1 for 1 on extra point attempts this season. This will just be the second extra point he's trying. Remember, he missed a field goal earlier in this game. The snap is down. It's fumbled, and now they're rolling to the left, trying to throw it, and it is broken up in the end zone. No flag, so the extra point attempt no good there for the Bears. The score will remain at 6-3. 11:59 to go in the first quarter. The Bears will be kicking off. The Braves will get the ball back when we come back. Back here in Pembroke at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field at Grace P. Johnson Stadium with Shane Irons. I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you so much for joining us on the Braves Radio Network as the 2-0 Braves now trailing the 0-2 Shaw Bears early in the second quarter still, and the Braves looking for their first touchdown of the game. One turnover each way, and what's been kind of a frustrating game for both teams. I think both teams, Shane, feel like they can play better right now.
Oh, certainly. You know the Braves aren't happy with that touchdown. Their defense isn't happy with that touchdown, and certainly this offense been a little bit of a struggle. But I think if you're the Braves, you're kind of feeling a little bit good about yourself right now. You've handled this Braves team fairly well to this point.
On to kick for the Bears is number 13, Joan Nguyen, and back deep to return for the Braves. That looks like JoJo Spann and Jonathan Allen. No, check that, Teron Huffman and JoJo Spann. And it's a low kick. They will kind of pooch it. It'll be caught at the 20-yard line and taken by one of the up men. Taking it along the left side, and a big tackle there. He might have got a hand in the face mask. No whistle. And the Braves not happy with that. That was DeMonte Rem, it looks like, who was in there to catch that ball. So 1st and 10 for the Braves. They'll get pretty decent field position here, starting from the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. And this is an opportunity now to respond. That last drive, they started from their own 49-yard line, got a total of 2 yards, and then the punt was fumbled on the snap. And the Bears marched down the field in 3 plays and scored. 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun is O'Brien. Snap is a little low. He steps up, looking to the left side, complete. B.J. Bunn breaks a tackle down the left sideline. He has enough for a first down. He's pushed out past the 40 to about the 42. Flag comes in late. That might be a late hit out of bounds, and the Bears might have just surrendered an extra 15 yards on top of the 13-yard reception by B.J. Bunn.
Yeah, if I'm Shane Richardson, though, I want to see B.J. Bunn tuck that ball. You kind of see him stick it out there a little bit as he was trying to gain them yards. If I'm Shane Richardson, then 2 or 3 yards aren't worth losing the ball. You really want to see B.J. tuck that thing away.
Even down the sidelines where there's about a 50-50 chance that if the ball is fumbled, it bounces out of bounds anyway, it's not a habit you want to get into as a wide receiver.
That's just the Braves' 4th first down of this ball game. The Bears have 6, so if that tells you anything about the offensive comparison right now, really about equal.
So I think they will wave the flag off, or if anything, it was just 5 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Braves from their own 49-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, a tight end to the left, and a pistol formation for O'Brien. Behind him is Cliff Jones. They'll motion a man and hand off up the middle to Jones. He surges forward, gain of about 2 or 3. He's taken down by a host of Shaw Bears.
Yeah, that's just the Braves' 16th play for about 55 yards. So far through the first portion of this game, the offensive struggles continue for the Braves.
Martin Munn, the fullback, will check into the game. He'll replace number 81. That's Zelius Morrow, so they just swap a tight end for a fullback. Not any other changes personnel-wise for the Braves on this 2nd and 7. From the left hash, 11 minutes to go in the half. They're in Bears territory once again. Munn motions from right to left. Pistol snap is a little low. Handoff to Jones. He tries the stiff arm. Not a lot there. He might have gained a yard, and the flag comes in late. A little bit more pushing and shoving after the play. This is turning into a chippy ball game.
Yeah, it seems that the Bears will be content to really just crowd the box and stop the run. And they're really kind of daring the Braves to try to beat them through the air. So let's see if Shane Richardson starts putting the ball in the air a little bit more as the run starts to stall here late in this first half.
I think that's a hold going against the Braves. And wait for the official signal. It is a holding call against UNCP. And I'm surprised that the Bears are accepting this penalty. It would set up a 3rd and 7 from the Bears' 47-yard line. Instead, this backs the Braves up to their own 42. But the way the Braves have really struggled to pass the ball on 3rd and long, I'm surprised they don't just take the down rather than give the Braves another opportunity to break a potential big play.
Yeah, right. The Braves have yet to convert a single 3rd down in this ballgame.
As it is 2nd and 17 now for the Braves. 10:44 left to go in the first half. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. In the shotgun is O'Brien. Jones to his right. Low snap. They'll roll the pocket to the right. O'Brien breaks a tackle. He will cut it back up the field. Dances down and dives forward to about the 48-yard line. Good QB keeper there by O'Brien after the coverage forced him to tuck and run.
Yeah, good job there to avoid the sack, pick up some yards. At least now it's still 3rd and long, but it's not nearly as long.
Much better than a sack for the Braves. So 3rd and 11. He got all the way back to almost the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 6 on the QB scramble by Patrick O'Brien. He shows off his legs there. Coming into tonight's game, he had just 8 carries for 26 yards and had fumbled once. So the Braves come out with some more speed on the field. 4 receivers, 3 of them to the left, 1 to the right. B.J. Bunn is alone on the right side. They like that formation quite a bit. Cliff Jones in the backfield. They'll motion Huffman into the backfield with the quarterback and running back. And dropping back to pass, they're setting up a screen, and the pass sails wide. They were trying to go to Teron Huffman on the left side. O'Brien throwing from his back foot, and it falls to the turf. 4th down coming up for the Braves. They'll try out the punting unit once again.
Yeah, we were talking about this Bear defense trying to stay off the field, and so far they have time of possession significantly in favor of the Bears right now. The Braves really only had the ball for about maybe approaching 7 minutes.
That's not getting it done. 9:43 to go in the first half. Braves trailing 6-3, and on to punt Ben Utter. After Darius Williams couldn't handle the snap on the last punt attempt, they'll try Utter, the freshman punter from Laurinburg, North Carolina. He will get the snap. It's a little bit low. He does get it off. It's a high kick, and fair caught at about the 24-yard line by the Bears. So they will take over. 9:36 to go with the 6-3 lead. Things haven't been going great for Shaw offensively, but it's been good enough. And the big difference right now in this game, to me, Shane, is that extra point that they didn't get.
Yeah, I mean, that makes this a 4-point ball game, and really, you note that play, but I note the play before that call where we weren't sure if he caught it or not. That big play, you take that big play out of this game, and it's potentially still 3-0. So really, one mistake on the Braves defense is really the difference in this ball game right now. But if you're the Bears, you really want to come out and eat some time off this clock.
I was actually going to say the opposite. I was going to say the way they have the momentum going, they might take another deep shot, but there you go. That's why coaching is so difficult, Shane. Shotgun snap, they hand off up the middle. Not a lot there for the running back Locke, and he falls forward for a gain of about 1 to about the 19-yard line. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Bears.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying with the deep shot, and that's a perfect way to think of this ball game, but I think if you're the Bears offense, you really want to keep your offense on the field, and you really don't want to let this Braves offense get into a rhythm as they've been struggling.
That's absolutely right. The struggle, you really can't overstate how much the Braves have had trouble moving the ball. Shotgun snap, pressure comes, and they get it off. A middle screen to the running back Locke. He has plenty of room to go. He scoots across the 50 into Braves territory. He's still on his feet down to the 40, 35-yard line. A tremendous gain on the screen pass to Travis Locke. Another big play by the Shaw offense.
Yeah, they've tried that play a couple times. Really didn't have much success, and finally they break one loose. Another big play there for this Bears offense.
So a gain of what looks like about 50 for Shaw. And they will say he was pushed out of bounds at the Braves' 36-yard line. Remember, they started this drive on their own 18. That was from their own 19 all the way up to the Braves' 36. So a big gain, not quite 50 yards, and they go quickly. A handoff up the middle to number 44, Deshaun Marshall. He bounces to the right side, picks up 2 or 3, and Mike Keck there to wrap him up. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Bears. They lead 6-3, under 8:30 to go in the first half. They've possessed the ball for pretty much this entire first half, it seems, Shane.
Yeah, we talked about Quentin Rucker with his just 39% completion rating. In this game so far, he's now 5 of 6 for 102 yards, and really his only mistake, that one interception to Elijah Williams.
So every pass has been caught by somebody. 5 of the 6 passes were caught by his teammates. The other
Except for the one,
was caught by the Braves.
So he has yet to have a pass hit the ground.
Play clock was down to 8. Shaw wasn't going to be able to get the play off. They call timeout. We will take it as well. Timeout on the field. 8:01 to go in the first half. Shaw leading the Braves 6-3. Stay tuned. Back here in Pembroke with Shane Irons, I'm Cameron Songer. Shout out to our listeners coast to coast in Braves Nation. We've got Greg Ford and Lori Baker in South Dakota. Everyone listening on the East Coast here, and the Songer family listening in Southern California, and the Karuba family listening in Houston, Texas. So it really is Brave Nation. Braves bring pressure here on this play. Pass complete to the left side down to the 25-yard line as it's caught by number 33, Danny Webster, his first catch of the night. And it'll bring up a third and very manageable. No, they'll say it was enough for the first down, just barely.
Yeah, this streak continues for Rucker. That's now 6 of 7. So he's looking real good here in this ball game.
Danny Webster, we talked about him a little bit. He's also the punter for the Bears team, and that's his 6th catch of the season.
They'll keep him in the ball game here. I think they like what they saw there in that slot position.
2 receivers on each side, a running back to the left of the quarterback, Quentin Rucker. And 1st and 10 for the Bears. Plenty of time. They look to the left, complete to Webster. He has a little bit of space. Picks up about 5 yards. And the ball came loose at the end. Braves saying they have it. And they do. First down, Braves.
Yeah, that was Brandon Watson. You see his arm come flying out. He was trying to strip that ball, and he did. And that's what happens when you get stood up as a runner. Other guys get the opportunity to come in and strip that ball. That was a textbook play there by Watson. That's awesome there for the Braves. They really needed that turnover after that big screen pass.
So a couple of big plays by the Bears, and they really have had a couple of opportunities to completely seize momentum in this game. They scored the game's first touchdown, but then they couldn't convert the extra point. They get a huge 40-plus yard passing play and then turn the ball over on the next sequence. 1st and 10 for the Braves from their own 19-yard line. 7:23 to go in the half with the home team trailing 6-3. They will look short to the left side, complete to JoJo Spann. Good blocking on the outside. He cuts it back. He's at the 30-35, and he's taken down. Gain of about 14 or 15 for the Braves receiver.
Yeah, good finishing block there by Martin Munn, the fullback. As you see Spann cut back, the fullback just comes through and absolutely obliterates the corner there.
And that takes more athleticism than you think for a fullback to get from the backfield all the way upfield. That's a big man, Martin Munn, as he was able to really make that play. So 2 receivers stay in the game to the right side, including Spann, who stayed in the game after that catch. Rich with him. B.J. Bunn on the opposite side. Munn in the backfield with Jones and the quarterback O'Brien in a pistol formation. From their own 35, here's the snap, handoff up the middle to Jones. He dances forward, breaks a tackle, and he's taken down. Gain of about 3 or 4. Should correct myself, that's Brian Staten, the running back there, getting that carry.
Yeah, we haven't seen much from Staten in this game, but it is good to see them get some other running backs involved. I think that's an advantage the Braves have here is they do have healthy young running backs.
Called a gain of 4, so the Braves have the ball on their own 39-yard line, still trailing by 3 points, under 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Looking to get into the end zone for the first time tonight and retake the lead. Pistol formation for O'Brien, and they will motion the tight end rush from left to right. Handoff goes up the middle. Trying to keep his legs moving is Staten. He's wrapped up quickly and taken down by Roland Green, the Sam linebacker.
Yeah, Roland Green playing great. We talked about earlier, 20 tackles coming into this game. Keep your eye on Roland Green as well as Moses White. I know we haven't called his name yet, but these linebackers are very good for this Bears defense. Roland Green actually coming from New York to play ball here.
So a gain of 4 for the Braves. They will now come out in an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and Patrick O'Brien all alone in the backfield. 3rd and 3 from their own 42. The line to gain is their own 45-yard line. Bears showing pressure. There might have been a man offsides. Free play, looking deep for Bunn across the sideline, and he's got it. into Bears territory down at the 25-yard line. The flag on the play is pretty much going to be against the Bears, and a huge play for B.J. Bunn.
What do they call it these days? Getting mossed? I'm pretty sure that is what B.J. Bunn just did there. He jumped over the back of the defender and actually pulled that ball, what would have been an interception, away. Great athleticism play by B.J. Bunn.
Looked like Deshaun Harris, the senior defensive back who was the closest to the near sideline, and B.J. Bunn did indeed moss him. That was nasty.
Great catch by B.J. Bunn, showing you why he is the #1 receiver on this Braves offense. In fact, he's the only receiver with a receiving touchdown this season.
Yeah, he has both of the Braves receiving touchdowns so far this year, and the Braves have moved inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 from the right hash, 5:26 to go in the half. Braves looking to tie or take the lead. They trail 6-3. O'Brien in the pistol formation gets the snap, looking to his left, throws it towards the left side, and it's going to sail just a little bit high and incomplete.
Yeah, John Rich jumping a little bit early there. I like the throw, though. John Rich, a tall receiver on a shorter corner. Good play there. I think if Rich lets that one go just a little bit further, I think he has a better chance at it.
That might be a situation where Rich had to try to get the defensive back to jump early. He might have known he didn't have a chance at making that catch, and instead that's an instance of the receiver kind of playing defensive back and tricking the Shaw defensive back to keep him from being able to get an interception. 2nd and 10 for the Braves. Ball on the right hash from the Bears' 27-yard line. Play clock down to 8. Game clock stopped at 5:14. Empty backfield for O'Brien. Snap is a little low. He fumbles with it. Rush comes, and the pass is low and incomplete. They were looking for JoJo Spann. No flag on the play as his legs got tangled up there with Thomas Street, the defensive back, covering him.
Yeah, 6 of 13 now for Patrick O'Brien for just 84 yards, but he spread the ball out well. 5 different receivers, Bunn, Rich, Spann, Mack, and Huffman. So it's definitely been a team effort in the receiving corps tonight, and including almost the referee there. You saw his arms comes up. I think he thought he was going to catch that ball for a minute. You see the Braves come out here. They're going to look downfield. One running back to the right of O'Brien, and it's going to be trips left.
So nothing to the right side, and it looks like the Bears are in a man-to-man defense. 3rd and 10 from the Bears' 27-yard line. Shotgun snap. The Bears bring pressure. O'Brien tucks and tries to run. He is wrapped up and sacked. The tackle made there by Moses White, the linebacker on the blitz. Loss of about 5, and a tough decision coming up for the Braves. This is kind of no man's land.
Yeah, it's a real tough decision here, and it looks like Ben Utter is going to come onto the field for the punt here. You know, but you got to feel bad here. You get the turnover, you march down the field, but then you get caught up here by a stalled drive. It's always frustrating when turnovers don't lead to points.
Well, I hate to say that we don't want to see the Braves passing game, but in that case, all 3 of the plays in that series were pass attempts. The run game has been pretty good. They've been able to get 3 to 5 yards per carry pretty consistently, and passing the ball on first down, they really got behind the chains, and they weren't able to recover. O'Brien's been a little bit off with his throws, and now a timeout taken. Or no, it's a delay of game by the Braves, and this is just to try to give Utter a little bit more space. And again, talking about accepting or declining penalties, the Bears will accept the penalty and now make a mass substitution. They will come in and try to block this punt. 4:20 to go in the half. Utter gets it off. It's a high kick sailing towards the right corner, and it is into the end zone for a touchback. So the Braves net just 19 yards on that punt, as the line of scrimmage was the 39. They were trying to get it to the 29. And the touchback will take it back to the Bears' 20-yard line. When it works, when the coffin corner punt works, it's a great call. When something like that happens, it's something that a coach will often get second-guessed.
Yeah, and you know you got to try for it though. You kind of got to go for it. I think that was a good move there by the Braves. I think to punt that ball away. It was the 3rd and long here, and you put the Bears offense back on the field. Your defense isn't doing terrible. A couple big plays here and there, but for the most part, I like Shane Richardson's call there.
A lot of trust in his defense. That's been a hallmark of the Braves. And Shane Richardson, the former defensive coordinator here at UNCP before he took the reins as the head coach. 2 receivers in the formation, 2 tight ends, a big formation. They hand off up the middle, bouncing off the tackle and heading to the left side, cutting it back across the 30 to the 35, 40, and finally taken down is the running back Travis Locke. A gain of 20 on the play, and he got back to the initial line of scrimmage there. 1 play after the punt, and the Braves are right back where the ball was before.
Yeah, and if we had a little board and you guys could see, we would draw it for you. But Austin Locklear, number 70, got sucked in And that edge disappears as he got pulled into the line there, and that's what enabled the running back to get outside right there. Austin Locklear's got to do a better job on contain.
Under 4 minutes to play, same formation. The Bears go no huddle, run up the middle, gain of 3 for Locke as he dives forward and tries to get the ball down to the 45-yard line. They will mark him just short of that. It'll be 2nd and 6 to go for the Bears offense. They've looked really strong offensively against Code Black. 3:35 to go in the first half. Bears 6, Braves 3, and a low-scoring defensive struggle under the lights at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field. The sun has set in Pembroke, and it's a gorgeous night for football. Temperature continues to drop. Let's see if the Braves defense can come through. Play action. They'll roll the pocket to the right. Throwing is Rucker, and it is complete down the right sideline. Pushed out of bounds by Mike Lawrence. A gain of 20 on the pass, and another first down for the Bears. They move into Braves territory.
Yeah, James, a big body. Hard for Lawrence to really defend that when a big body gets up. Kind of like basketball, you kind of create that zone where it's just hard to get around you, and James using his body there to get in front of that ball.
Now they're moving back towards the original line of scrimmage. I think there was a flag on the play that we didn't see in the backfield. There might have been a holding call against the Bears. So a break for the Braves defense as they will march off 10 yards against Shaw all the way back to their own 39.5-yard line. So that negates the big catch as maybe that was pass interference on the offense because now the line of scrimmage is, or they will mark off just 5 yards from the previous line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 11 from their own 39-yard line here for the Bears. Just a 5-yard penalty, so not a hold. And the clock runs. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Braves defense has got to get off the field and get the offense the ball back if they want to score before halftime. Remember, the Braves will get the ball to start the second half. Man in motion is Webster. He moves from left to right. High snap. They will roll the pocket to the right. Rucker looking to throw. He now tucks it and runs. He gets around, leaps 1 tackle, and he's taken down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play brings up a 3rd and manageable for the Bears.
Yeah, Rucker's showing you his athleticism there. You've seen him hurdle, but a good job there to make sure you get some yards on that 2nd down to make your 3rd down just a little bit easier. They've had some success on 3rd down so far. Well, 25%. I thought it was a little better than that, but the majority of their first downs have come off passes. So look for Rucker to drop back and pass here. They've picked up 5 first downs by passing the ball today.
It certainly feels like they're converting better than 25% on 3rd downs, but I think part of that is because they haven't been behind the chains. They've been converting on 2nd downs an awful lot. 2 receivers to each side, 2 minutes exactly to go in the first half. Dropping back to pass. Under pressure is Rucker. The pass sails high and through the hands of Travis Locke, sailing to the turf, saving the Braves a timeout. 4th and 6 coming up from their own 45-yard line. Out comes the punter, Danny Webster.
I'm not too sure what happened there. It looked like the right side of Rutgers' line let the Braves defense through, and it almost looked like they were setting up a screen on the left side. I'm wondering if there maybe wasn't a miscommunication on the play there.
So Webster on to punt for the 2nd time tonight, and back to return John Allen and B.J. Bunn. It's a high kick, and Allen will get under it, makes the catch at the 20-yard line, and takes off with it. Breaks 1 tackle. He's across the 35 to the 37-yard line before he's taken down. 1:44 to go in the first half. The Braves have got to start passing the ball and doing it well here.
Yeah, 3 timeouts. This is your typical 2-minute drill. You know they practice this every week, and we'll see what Patrick O'Brien can do. You would expect him to be throwing a lot on this drive.
Down 6-3, but an opportunity to score last in the first half and then get the ball back to start the second half. The Braves aren't in bad position here. They'll come out with 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right.
Patrick O'Brien, 6 of 13 now for 84 yards here in the shotgun formation.
Dropping back to pass, looking short to the right, complete to B.J. Bunn. He stiff arms and gets the man to the turf, pushed out of bounds about the 46-yard line, and a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, good job there by B.J. Bunn getting out of bounds. Stop the clock. Don't waste your timeouts.
So the clock stops with 1:38 to go in the half. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Braves. Actually, let's say 2nd and 2. It was a gain of 8. And B.J. Bunn really was able to extend his arm forward as he was falling out of bounds. He stays in the game. He's all the way far right, the bottom of your screen if you're watching on the YouTube stream. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. In the shotgun is O'Brien with Cliff Jones, the running back. Low snap, he gets to it. He's back to pass, has time. Complete to Huff. in the middle of the field. That's enough for a first down. And getting into Bears territory down to the 44-yard line is Jonathan Huff.
Yeah, and the Braves are going to go no huddle here. You see Patrick O'Brien looking at that wristband, getting the play. He's going to want to hurry up and get another snap off here. The clock does stop for the first down, so that is good.
DeMonte Rem now the running back. 2 receivers on each side once again. Same formation. Bears bring pressure. It's complete short to Huffman on the left side. Flag comes in back where O'Brien was, and that might have been a late hit against the Bears. As O'Brien goes to adjust his knee pad, as there was plenty of contact in the backfield on the pass. We'll see what the call is as the clock is stopped with 1:18 to go in the first half. It's a penalty against the Bears. They will mark off free yardage for the Braves. That might be an automatic first down as well.
Yeah, and I think they did. They got the defender there on that hit on O'Brien. He got that ball out pretty quick. Kind of looked like he maybe set that up. He seen the defender come and thought, let me get this ball away and see if I can't get the penalty, and I think he did.
And there it is, the 15 free yards on the late hit on the quarterback. That's a big break for the Braves. Now each team has committed one of those penalties. We talked about it earlier. I'll say it again. That's a great rule to protect the quarterbacks as the game continues to evolve and it's turned more and more into a passing-based kind of sport. It's important to keep quarterbacks protected. It's a fun game for the fans when there's the best quarterback out there on the field for each side. 1:08 to go in the first half. Clock running. Shotgun snap. Bears bring pressure. O'Brien tucks and runs. He has a little bit of space to work. He goes towards the left sideline. He's finally pushed out at the 20-yard line. A gain of 8 on the run for Patrick O'Brien. And under a minute to play now as the Braves are in position to try to tie this game or take the lead.
Yeah, that's one of the better runs we've seen now here in a little bit. The run game had stalled, and O'Brien's seen an opening there to the left side of the field. Good job for him to use his feet. You always like it when your quarterback can use his feet a little bit.
2nd and 3 from the Bears' 21-yard line. 59 seconds to go in the first half. Braves trailing 6-3. O'Brien in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. And now he will come up to his line, call out a signal. 9 on the play clock.
He's going to want the timeout. I think he's going to want to talk about this.
He will take the timeout. We will take it as well. Back in 30 seconds at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field. You're listening to UNCP Braves Football. Back in Pembroke with Shane Irons, I'm Cameron Songer on the Braves Radio Network. Thank you for joining us on a gorgeous Saturday night for football. Week 3 of the 2015 college football season. Division II football action between Shaw and UNC Pembroke. The 2-0 Braves against the 0-2 Bears. As the UNCP Braves offense comes back out onto the field. They have 2nd and 3 from just outside the red zone. The Bears' 21-yard line, 59 seconds to go in the half. Braves trailing 6-3. Patrick O'Brien, the quarterback, comes back out onto the field. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. And the Bears look like they will counter with a lot of DBs. 1 all the way back inside the 5-yard line in the shotgun formation. Low snap, he gets to it. Bears bring pressure. Throw comes over the middle, looking for a bunt. He gets his hands on it and has it batted away. Incomplete. 3rd and 3 coming up. And the Braves really want this one. I think they've got to think about running the ball here, Shane.
Yeah, I agree. You saw that the Bears defense really blitzed everybody there, just dropping a couple guys back into coverage, really trying to put the pressure on Patrick O'Brien, and they did. You saw the high pass there, and yeah, I definitely think if you're Shane Richardson, maybe some deception here, maybe a draw play, something to suck the defense in. They're playing very aggressive right now.
Cliff Jones is the running back. He's the redshirt junior from Wake Forest, North Carolina. He's alone in the backfield with the quarterback O'Brien. 2 receivers to each side, so no change in the formation here for the Braves. 3rd and 3 in the shotgun. Low snap once again, a little bit of pressure. Pass complete to the left side, and B.J. Bunn makes the catch. Enough for a first down, he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and he didn't catch that for enough. He really put in some effort there after the catch to get that fight in the corner there. Good job by B.J. Bunn, really standing out tonight.
He was well covered, too, on the left side. It looked like Bruce Parker Jr., the junior defensive back from New York, a transfer from the University of Buffalo, is out there on man-to-man coverage against him. And it's tough to leave a man on an island against B.J. Bunn. He's got a lot of moves, but most importantly, he has very good hands at the wide receiver spot.
Yeah, B.J. Bunn, just such a solid wide receiver for the Braves.
48 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the Bears' 18-yard line for the Braves. They trail 6-3. Shotgun snap for O'Brien. More pressure. They lob it up towards the end zone. A leaping catch, and it's caught. B.J. Bunn, the touchdown catch, and the Braves take the lead.
So B.J. Bunn, third reception for a touchdown of the season. Again, still no other touchdowns, any other receivers there. But, yeah, I had to imagine from the time that Patrick O'Brien snapped that ball, his eyes were right there on B.J. Bunn. He knew where he was going. He trusted his receiver. Awesome job by the Braves offense. And now B.J. Bunn will be the holder.
Yeah, he stays on the field. He's the holder for the extra point attempt. It's 9-6 right now with 43 seconds to go.
And why not let him be the holder? I mean, his hands are great.
On to attempt the extra point is Davis. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So extra points and kicking might end up being the difference in this game. The Braves have a field goal and an extra point. Shaw, on the other hand, 0 for 1 on extra point attempts, 0 for 1 on field goals, 10-6 right now. Braves will be kicking off. Remember, the Braves will get the ball back to start the second half. And this is an important decision now for Shaw. Do you look deep? Do you try to score here, or do you just take a knee head to halftime with it being a close game?
I think with 43 seconds in the timeouts that you do have, I think you have to play football here. I think you do. I mean, you've had a couple big plays by your offense. Give your guys a chance to make a play. But if you're the Braves defense, you've had some rest now, no mistakes. 43 seconds, no mistakes.
2 timeouts for each team. It's a little bit of a delay as the teams get ready to take the field, but we'll keep it here since we just came back from a timeout. Shaw has struggled so far this season. Their season opener against NC A&T, which is an FCS level school, a 61-0 loss. And then last week against Wingate, they fell behind early, battled back in the fourth quarter, but ended up losing their home opener by more than one score. For the Braves, a 17-7 upset win in Week 1 against Winston-Salem State. And then last week, they overcame 5 turnovers to beat Fayetteville State 14-10 and win the Two Rivers Classic.
Yeah, and really, that's a testament to the defense. 5 turnovers to come out and still win that football game. That says something about your defense.
And the defense has been solid again tonight. They did allow 6 points. And for much of this first half, Shaw has been leading. But now, in the final minute of the first half, the leaping touchdown catch by B.J. Bunn on the pass by Patrick O'Brien. It's the third time those two have hooked up. And as you said, third touchdown reception for B.J. Bunn. He's the only player on the Braves to have a touchdown reception. And now on to kick Matt Davis for the Braves. Back deep to return for the Bears. Looks like Ty Jefferson and Raheem Winston, that is, and it will bounce in the end zone for a touchback. So the Bears will take it out to their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10, 43 seconds on the first half game clock. And let's get a chance to see what the thought process is for the coaching staff of the Shaw Bears. We didn't introduce their head coach, Robert Massey. He's in his 4th season at Shaw, a 13-19 career record. Their offensive coordinator is Richard Gray. We'll see what they have dialed up here in this last minute of the first half.
Yeah, I would expect maybe something along the lines of a screen pass like earlier, something relatively safe, high percentage, but with the ability to yield lots of yards quickly.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a running back to the right of Quinton Rucker, the quarterback. He gets the snap. Braves rush 4. The pass goes over the middle, and it is a leaping, diving catch caught into Braves territory by Danny Webster. A gain of 30 on the play. He's down to the 45-yard line. Clock stops as they move the chains. Braves brought a little heat there on the outside, and the nice pass by Rucker.
Yeah, props to Rucker fitting that in between 3 Braves defenders. Just a perfect touch on that pass.
Clock rolls now, 33 seconds. Same formation here. Snap, and the Braves don't blitz here. Rucker has time, looks down the right sideline. Pass complete in a little bit of space inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Catch by Trey James, and again, in lots of traffic.
Yeah, and we expected this. We expected the Bears to come out trying to go down the field quickly, and they have.
Inside the red zone now, 23 seconds left as they reset the clock, and now it will continue to run. 20 seconds. I'm surprised they're not using one of their 2 timeouts. 17-16. Line of scrimmages there is the 14-yard line of the Braves. Now 13-12. They finally get the snap off. It's a delayed run to the quarterback. He has room. He's inside the 10. Trucks a man. Now he's down at the 2-yard line. Clock will stop with 3 seconds left. Wow. Kind of a broken play there. I thought that was supposed to be a draw play. Instead, the quarterback keeps it. A man injured at the 20-yard line. It's one of the offensive linemen for the Bears. But with 3 seconds left, they had 2 timeouts with 20-plus seconds left. They could have called one of them, ran a play, seen what the result of that was, and then...
Yeah, poor clock management there. I mean, you run these plays. Now you have the chance that maybe you're going to get one play here to try to score. And the only thing that I can imagine that the head coach for the Bears is thinking is that we have the momentum, we're moving quickly, keep going, keep going, keep going. But you have to wonder if poor time management is going to play a role here if they get stuffed on this goal line.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line with 3 seconds left. Injured man looks like number 65, Arion Elliott, and he needs some help getting off the field. Some of his offensive line teammates will assist him in walking to the sideline. As the Bears will be charged a timeout there. Not that it really matters. They had 2. They now have 1 left with 3 seconds left. Ball will be spotted inside the 1. So will they kick the points and take the sure points, or will they go for it and potentially come up with nothing? It looks like the kicking unit is out on the field, but this could be a fake.
I would find it hard to believe here that they would kick.
No, this is the offense.
Yeah.
This is the offense on the field. 1st and goal from the 1, but with 3 seconds left, can the Braves defense get the stop and head to the locker room, or will the Bears take the lead into halftime? Big formation. They will hand off to the right side.
And it's stuffed.
It might have been a second effort. No, he's stuffed short. They went to Travis Locke. He ran into the line, and they come up with no points.
And that's just pure weight room right there. That's just pure weight room by the Braves defense.
The Braves are fired up right now. The Bears could have kicked what would have been an extra point to cut the score to 10-9. They wanted 6 points. They get 0, and that is how the first half will end. An exciting first half. 20 minutes on the halftime game clock. We will step aside for a little bit. And the halftime score right now, Braves 10, Bears 6. You're listening to UNCP Braves football. Back here in Pembroke for the UNCP Braves halftime show with Shane Irons. I'm Cameron Songer. A pretty exciting first half so far, Shane. The Braves have a 10-6 lead. There's about 9:50 on the halftime game clock. We'll keep it here for most of that time. Then with the last minute or so, we'll send it back to a break and then come back for the second half. 10-6, each team with one turnover in the game, but the Braves right now have all the momentum.
Well, actually, 2 turnovers in the game. You got to remember that Elijah Williams interception and then the stripped.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
two
turnovers for the Bears. I forgot about it because the Braves were so quick to lose possession right after one of those turnovers. So that's true.
Right,
that's true.
Right.
Good point.
And there's one name on this sheet of statistics really standing out to me right now, and that's James, number 1 for the Bears. 4 receptions for 79 yards. He's really been the go-to guy tonight for Rucker, who's having himself a pretty good night. 9 of 11 for 178 yards, just the 1 interception to Williams. Other than that, it seems that Rucker's very comfortable, and he's really willing to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, the passing game for both teams, impressive. O'Brien, 11 of 19 for 124 yards. The 1 touchdown, he was sacked once, but no interceptions for him. So the completion percentage probably not where he wants it. But Quentin Rucker, just 2 incompletions, and one of them was an interception. He's doing a great job of throwing passes all over the field, deep, short, finding guys. And like you said, Trey James, the long of 40. There's been some real serious deep threats going on for Shaw. They've had plays of 40, 45, and 31 yards through the air. James, Webster, and Locke getting those. Ronnie Williams has the other catch for the Bears. That was just for 8 yards.
Yeah, but certainly not to overshadow the play of B.J. Bunn. B.J. Bunn has been really physical in the receiver position, really making some catches, earning some of those completions for O'Brien. You saw him on that touchdown grab. You saw him on that catch where he reached over the defender. I mean, he's really been fighting off defenders to get these catches, 5 for 66 yards, and it's still early in this ball game, just only halfway through.
Still a half to play. Remember, the Braves will get the ball to start the second half, and for the Bears, that's not good news. They've had some trouble when the Braves have really gotten going. That hasn't been every time, and a lot of times it's been self-inflicted damage. The 1 turnover for the Braves was a fumble when they were trying to punt the ball, but that came because in a situation where the Braves had 1st and 10, and instead of trying to run the ball, all 3 plays in that series were pass attempts. One of them was a sack. The Braves moved back. They tried to punt, and then things went from bad to ugly.
Yeah, and I expect Coach Shane Richardson to get back to the run here to start this second half. Cliff Jones had a good first half. 8 attempts, 34 yards. He's averaging 4 yards a carry. Not bad at all on a first down. If you get 4 yards every carry, then guess what? In 3 downs, you've got a first down. So I look for him to get back to the running game there. It was good early on in the ball game, and I think it could be good again. You saw it stall out a little bit, had to go to the pass a little bit of pressure there by the defense, and the Bears really committed to stopping that run. So we'll see what adjustments Shane Richardson makes, but I expect some more running here in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Braves, 14 carries for 35 yards as a team. Now, part of that is hurt by the 10-yard loss taken by the punter. So you take that play away, it's 13 for 45 yards, which still isn't great. For Shaw, however, 23 carries, 97 yards. They've been really committed to running the ball. Travis Locke with 45 yards on the ground. Quentin Rucker with 37. He's the quarterback. And Raheem Winston with 13 carries. The one guy who we thought we were going to see but haven't seen yet, Marquise Grizzle, we hadn't received any word that he's injured, but he's tied for the all-time leading scorer at Shaw. If he gets any opportunity in the second half, if he's able to make one play in the second half, I expect we might try to see him break that record here tonight, or maybe they'll save him for a later home game for the Shaw Bears. But that's a tremendous accomplishment. Marquise Grizzle, one of the better backs in the region in Division II college football, and kind of a shame we don't get to see him here tonight.
Yeah, and it's always when fans come to a game, they want to see those guys. They want to see guys like Grizzle, but Travis Locke has not disappointed the fans, on the Shaw sidelines at all. He's really stepped up as the backup, and he does have a touchdown. He's got a long 21-yard rush. I mean, he's really been effective to this point, and he did have that one screen pass for 45 yards. He's really playing some good ball.
Take a look at some of the defensive leaders for each team. Khalil Hollis leads all players, the UNC Pembroke player, with 5 unassisted tackles and 1 assisted tackle. Tyler Hinton has 4 unassisted and 1 assisted. Both of those guys with 6 total. Kendall Jacobs has 4, and Mike Keck with 3, including 1 tackle for a loss. For Shaw, their leader is Roland Green. He has 5 tackles, including 1 for a loss, and 3 unassisted tackles. Bruce Parker Jr., a defensive back with 4 total tackles, all of them unassisted, and Fuller and Street each with 3 tackles for the Bears.
Yeah, and there's a name that you see missing from there, and it stands out quite a bit. Moses White. Moses White, a player with 28 tackles coming into this game. He had 17 last week against Wingate. You have to wonder where he's been at so far in this ball game, because he could be the difference maker for this Bear defense. He is their standout player, and they'll look to see if they can get him fired up here in the second half of this ball game, still without a tackle.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise for me from that first half was the Bears' run defense. Coming into tonight's game, through 2 games of action, they've allowed 206.5 yards per game on the ground. In the first half, the Braves got 35 total yards, and as we talked about, it really should be 45, but you take that one just bizarre punt play. Still, that's a huge improvement from where they've been in the first 2 games of the season.
Right, and like you said, we were looking at those statistics, and those first 2 games kind of skew the stats for the rest of the games. I mean, when you play North Carolina A&T, that game obviously skewed the statistics for a long time. It's going to take a few games before those mellow out. So these statistics we have before this game, maybe not totally representative of what the Bears can do.
Yeah, it's a Bears team that, I mean, surprises me with where we thought they were going to be coming into tonight's game. We looked at the stats, looked at the records, looked at the history between these 2 teams. Again, the series history tied at 1-1, and the victory for Shaw came last year, 20-17, in Raleigh against a Braves team that ended up finishing 2-8. So we looked at this saying this was a team that kind of struggled to beat the Braves on a down year. The Braves appearing to now have a good year. Shouldn't have a problem with this Shaw team. They're playing at home. It's parents and families weekend. The crowd is fired up under the lights. The Braves have all the momentum, blah, blah, blah. And then you get on the field, the ball is snapped, and Shaw's fired up too. And I think this is a better team than their record indicates, and probably a better team than they played against UNCP last year as well.
Yeah, and the Braves and Shane Richardson really want to win this football game, and obviously you want to win every football game, but this offseason throughout the weight room, 2-8 was posted in front of every bench that the Braves would work out on, and so they're constantly reminded of that performance from last year, and I think that's why you've seen this good start this year, and they would love to win this game. I mean, winning this game means they've now won one more game than they did all of last season, and that's a big thing when you think about the grand scheme of things as a second-year head coach for Shane Richardson.
I think the Braves have played with a pretty big chip on their shoulder, at least in the early going of the season. The last time we were here in this broadcast booth, they were facing a top 25 opponent in Winston-Salem State, ended up winning by 10 points, a 17-7 decision where the defense really made the statement. Last week, a rivalry game against Fayetteville State on the road, the Two Rivers Classic. The Braves have never lost in a traveling trophy game against the Broncos. They came out, the defense overcame 5 turnovers by the offense, made some big plays. They ended up getting the 14-10 win. Maybe we should have seen a little bit of a letdown game coming up. The Braves had the first 2 games of the season were very hyped up, big rivalry games. Shaw is another regional team, but not the same history between the 2 schools. This is just the 3rd meeting all time between Shaw and UNCP. So maybe we could have perhaps seen a little bit of a letdown game coming up for the Braves, but they do have the lead at halftime.
Right, and we call it a letdown game, but like I said, the Bears are a better football team than they look at on paper, And so as the rest of this game continues, I expect to continue to see the struggle. And I think the Braves are one of those teams that are a find a way to get it done team. You never know what it's going to be each week, but there's going to be something, and somehow in some way they get it done. The first game, a little bit of defense and offense. The second game, straight defense, and so on and so forth. And this team is just one of those resilient, never say die teams.
Well, they do have the halftime lead. It's 10-6 Braves. About a minute left on the halftime game clock. We will go ahead and step aside and call this a wrap for the UNCP Braves halftime show. When we come back in 60 seconds, the second half kickoff between the Shaw Bears and the UNC Pembroke Braves. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Braves Radio Network. Back here in Pembroke, second half kickoff just moments away with Shane Irons. I'm Cameron Songer. Thanks again for joining us on the Braves Radio Network. The Bears will be kicking off. They'll be going from right to left across your radio dial, and the Braves, wearing the all-black, will be deep to receive. Back to return this kick, JoJo Spann and Teron Huffman for the Braves. Shane, what is going to be the offensive philosophy this first drive for the Braves?
Run the football. It is definitely going to be run the football, in my opinion. I think if Shane Richardson really wants to establish something here in the second half, he's got to put the ball back in Jones's hands, and he's really got to motivate this offensive line to get that pushback. You saw it early on in the football game, and then you saw it taper off there at the end of the first half.
On to kick is Nguyen. It's a low kick. It's going to be caught on the run at the 20-yard line. Bobbled a little bit by Spann. He does make the catch, and he's headed towards the far sideline, diving forward to about the 36-yard line. He's at the bottom of a pile, taken down by a handful of Bears defenders. But great starting field position for the Braves as they take the field with a 4-point lead to start the second half. Patrick O'Brien leading his team back out there.
A little bit of physicality by Stedman Rush there after that play. You see the coach talking to him on the field there a little bit, sending him back on. Not sure if it was about that little bit of chippiness there on the ground at the end of the play, but either way, this game is turning physical fast.
Every game the Braves have played in, and maybe it's because they're all playing teams that are within easy driving distance of Pembroke, and teams that have players that are used to playing each other throughout high school and AAU and whatnot. But they've been physical, competitive games. Handoff goes up the middle to Jones as they motion Spann from right to left. Not much there for Jones as he's pushed backward. A helmet comes off late. We'll see who that belongs to because he will have to leave the game for the next play. It looks like it's Cliff Jones's helmet. So.
Yeah, I expect to see Staten then. And there he is. Yeah, nope. They're going to send a receiver in.
They will bring in John Allen, and it looks like the Braves will go 5 wide here. After no gain on the initial handoff to Cliff Jones, he gets the first play of the second half. 10-6, Braves lead. They have the ball on their own 38-yard line, and an empty back set with 5 receivers, or check that, 4 receivers as Stedman Rush, the tight end, checks in. He'll be on the left side. B.J. Bunn alone at the top of your screen. O'Brien in the shotgun. They'll motion a man. He'll roll to left, shovel pass, and a flag comes in along the line. They found John Allen on the shovel pass. He was tackled short of the line of scrimmage, but we'll have to see what the flag is for. Might be holding against the Braves.
Yeah, we see that play a lot so far up to this point, and that's the second time we see it in this ball game, and I expect we'll see it a few more times here in the second half. Like you said, it's hard to call. Is it a run? Is it a pass? But I think it goes down as a pass, but I think Shane Richardson uses it as a way to maybe motivate his run game a little bit.
So it was a hold against the Braves, and we'll see if Shaw decides to accept this penalty. If they allow the result of the play to stand, it would be a loss of 3 yards on the run, or so it seemed. Maybe they got back to the line of scrimmage. They will decline the penalty. 3rd and long coming up for the Braves. Let's call it 3rd and 10 from the Braves' own 38-yard line, and another obvious passing situation for the Braves. They'll bring in a couple substitutes. They'll, in fact, bring in some running backs. Martin Munn, the fullback, and Cliff Jones return to action. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for O'Brien. Play clock down to 10. They've got to get something off. It'd be nice to see them get a first down on their opening drive of the second half, but they've got to get it here. 3rd and 10 in the pistol formation. Play clock down to 2. Here's the snap. Dropping back to passes O'Brien. He's pressured. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running to the right side. Breaks 1 tackle. Now he's at the 30. He's falling back. Dives, and he is taken down. The sack by number 27. That's Tavarja Fuller. And a loss of about 12 on the play. Patrick O'Brien probably should have just thrown that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, he was looking downfield, which is what you want your quarterback to do, but he held on a little too long. When you see that rush come in, just send it to the sideline, send it somewhere. Holding on to that ball right there was a mistake. So we'll see if maybe later on he addresses his ability to get rid of that ball a little bit sooner.
Braves will send Ben Utter out to punt, and the defense will be coming back out onto the field. A couple notable guys not in full pads on the defensive sideline, including Elijah Williams, who has crutches, and Carlos Manning, who has his arm in a sling. A high punt nearly blocked there as the Bears brought the house, and it takes a UNCP roll all the way down to the 30, 25, 26-yard line. It will finally be down. No return there, and the Braves get a break. Bruce Parker Jr. decided not to try to return that one. He had no blockers in front of him, and instead watches that ball roll about 20 yards after it initially touched down.
Yeah, if you're Shane Richardson, you didn't want to see your first drive of the second half go like that, quick on and off the field like that, put your defense right back out there. But, he did go the run. I have a feeling he's going to have to remain patient. I don't think the run's going to, provide any big plays, but it is going to be something that sustains drives should they get it going.
The Braves run just a minute and 59 seconds off the clock on their initial drive. 13:01 to go in the third quarter. Bears get the ball on their own 26-yard line, left hash, down by 4 points. It's 10-6. Shotgun snap, handoff, up middle, no read option, and a diving effort by Rucker. He's down outside the 30-yard line to about the 31. Call it a gain of 5 on the read option, a quarterback keeper.
Good play there by Rucker. Take that dive. You saw him earlier running into some people, but you want to see your quarterback go down rather than see your quarterback go out.
Absolutely, but he has shown that he is not afraid to run smaller defensive players over. He can lower the shoulder and really deliver the pain. 3 receivers to his right in the shotgun. High snap, he gets it down. Handoff up the middle, not much there. Flag comes in. Travis Locke was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, but we'll see what the flag is for.
Yeah, Mike Keck at the bottom of that pile, and we told you at the beginning Mike Keck would have a big game tonight. Mike Keck's really playing solid football.
Holding against the Bears, and I think the Braves should probably accept this rather than allow the Bears to have 3rd and 5. Force them to go 2nd and 15 and really change the playbook, and it looks like they will mark off the yard. So 10-yard penalty against the Bears for holding. It's their first penalty of the second half. In the first half, looking for the penalty.
They had 4 for 41 in the first half of that ball game.
So not great, as they average about 45 yards per game in penalties, and they're going to exceed that already tonight on their first drive of the second half. 2nd and 15 from their own 20 for the Bears, and officials blowing this play dead before it could even get started. There's some conversation between the linesman and the back judge. Maybe the play clock started too late. I'm not sure why they wouldn't just let that go. But the play clock really hadn't gotten down under 20. Sometimes you see that happen when they want to reset the play clock. Maybe the game clock has, I don't know. Whatever it is, we're back underway now. 12:20 to go in the third quarter. 10-6 Braves lead. Shotgun snap, dropping back to pass is Rucker. He has time, throws the screen short, complete, and down to the 30-yard line is Travis Locke. Bunch of Braves in on that tackle, including Chris Phipps, the freshman from Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah, I like the play call there. You throw that screen pass on a 2nd and long, pick up, easy yards generally with a screen pass like that. Now you're back to about 3rd and 6.
Yeah, so there were 10 yards lost on the holding penalty to get 9 of them back on the screen pass. So the net result of a couple of second down plays is ultimately only a loss of 1. 3rd and a long 5, more like 6 yards coming up for the Bears. Play clock is at 11, 11:36 in the third quarter. They're on their own 30. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a quick slant, and it's way behind the intended target. They were looking for Ronnie Williams. He ran a slant to the middle, and the quarterback threw it somewhere else.
Yeah, it looked like I think the Rucker expected him to run an out route there more towards the sideline, and just a miscommunication there ends that drive for the Bears.
So the Bears will punt. They did get 1 first down on that drive, and now on to punt is Danny Webster, the senior, who came into tonight averaging 38.3 yards per punt with a long of 55 yards. He'll be punting from his own 15-yard line. He gets it off. It's a low line drive, and it is deep. B.J. Bunn back inside his own 30, cuts it back. Then another little juke move. He's still on his feet inside the 30, now to the 40. He cuts it back out to the outside, and he's got plenty of room. One man to beat as he tries to get around the corner. Stiff arm, and the punter takes him down inside the 30-yard line. Flag comes down on the tackle. That might be a face mask, and the Braves might be starting inside the red zone.
Yeah, the punter there, Webster. The punter Webster there, he can do it all. This kid's catching passes, making tackles, punting the ball. I mean, he's really an all-around player, but good job by B.J. Bunn there. Good field vision, good feet, good ability to find the open holes and get upfield.
The penalty will go against Shaw, so extra yardage onto that return. B.J. Bunn with a 45-yard return, and then 15 yards on the penalty gives the Braves 1st and 10 in the red zone. The ball will be placed on the Bears' 15-yard line. What a return by B.J. Bunn. And the Braves, with a 4-point lead, can look to try to extend their lead to 2 scores.
Yeah, it's got to feel good to start a drive in the red zone.
It puts the pressure on the offense, though, because it's a short field. The defense doesn't have a lot of space they have to cover. Pistol formation for O'Brien, some motion along the line. The flag comes in, which is good because there was a fumble on the exchange. I think they're going to get the Braves for a false start.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I saw looked like maybe the left tackle jump over there.
So 5 yards marked off against the Braves, and after the 15-yard face mask penalty and starting inside the red zone, you never want to see a penalty, but if there's going to be a time and a place and a kind of penalty, the Braves will take that.
Yeah, you lose 5 yards. You're still in the red zone, 1st and 15. Not a terrible mistake there.
1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. The first down marker is down at the Shaw 5-yard line. 11:11 to go in the third quarter. Braves up 10-6. Play clock down to 9, and they're trying to get one off. 2 backs behind O'Brien in a shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Handoff goes up the middle. This is Staten. Or check that. That's DeMonte Rem. And a good surge by Rem. He picks up about 7 yards.
Yeah, they'll have probably about a 2nd and 8 now, and that's very manageable. And the beautiful part about this is the Braves can get a first down without actually having to score the touchdown, and you like to be able to do that. It makes an easier situation for your offense.
Gain of about 4 or 5 for DeMonte Rem. First time we've really called his name tonight. He came into tonight's action with 7 carries for 31 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up here. Motion man from left to right, and the handoff goes up the middle. It's Rem once again. He dodges his way inside the 10 down to about the 6 or 7 yard line. It'll be a 3rd and very short coming up for the Braves on offense.
Now here comes the question, though. Do you try to run this ball again, or do you look for a high percentage short pass? And it looks like they're going to bring in some big boys and try to run this ball.
Number 41, that's Dylan Davis, the fullback, checking into this game, and that usually means the Braves are going with a 2 fullback set. They bring in some tight ends as well. 1 wide receiver to the right. That's number 18, John Rich. And everybody else is a big man. Handoff to the left side. Rem dances off the tackle. It's going to be pretty close. He's down near the 5-yard line. Let's see where they spot this. It depends on the spot. Neither team appears to be too emotional about this call, so they might have to bring out the sticks to measure this one. Rich signaling that the Braves should have a first down, but he's the furthest man from the ball. Where is the spot going to be?
Yeah, I think they're going to bring the chains on for this one. You see the refs heading over towards the sidelines, and they will. They're going to measure.
So it depends on the spot. The line to gain was pretty much exactly on the 5-yard line, and I can't even see where the ball is. It looks like it's a tiny bit short of the 5-yard line, but the nose of the ball might be barely touching the chalk of the 5-yard line. We'll see.
If they are short, though, I imagine that you would have Patrick O'Brien sneak this ball. It's not that far if it is short, and I think they're going to get it anyway. So
they
it's not
get
even
the first down. Wow, a nice spot for the Braves. They get it by just, I would say, maybe an inch.
A
maybe
lace
an
on the
inch.
ball.
And you talk about Deflategate. Do you overinflate that football when you know you're going to be running short and try to say, okay, it's going to be slightly bigger? I don't know much about football physics. Ask the science department here at UNCP. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Braves. They bring 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the left. 1 man behind O'Brien in a pistol formation. 9:37 to go in the third quarter. Handoff goes up the middle. It looks like that's Rem, and there's not much there for him. He might have even lost a yard.
Yeah, and the Bears aren't even respecting the pass game of the Braves anymore. You've seen just about everybody crash that line immediately. They're not even, waiting to see if it's a handoff. They're just coming in. So you got to wonder if Shane Richardson will take a chance, maybe over to B.J. Bunn on that far side of the field.
I think that's when you have to figure out if Shaw is going to be in man or zone. Braves do bring out a receiver replacing the tight end Zelius Morrow. Now 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. B.J. Bunn all the way on the far sideline, and a running back in a shotgun formation with O'Brien. Play clock down to 5. Snap comes off, a little option. They pitch it off. Rem along the outside. He is wrapped up and taken down for a loss.
Yeah, the Bears had 8 players in the box that time. That just leaves 3 players in coverage, assuming the rest rush and only those 3 drop. 8 players crowding the box like that.
Looks like Raheem Bramwell, the defensive back, with the tackle. And they will mark the running back Rem hair short of the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. I think the Braves got to put this one in the air here. Up 10-6, 8:19 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and goal from the 6. Shotgun formation for O'Brien, 2 receivers on each side. He gets the snap. He drops back to pass. He looks complete to the left side. Flag comes in, reaching for the end zone. They will mark the ball just short. It was complete to Jonathan Huff, and we'll see what the flag is for. There was some contact with the other receiver. B.J. Bunn might have been setting a screen for Huff, and they might hit B.J. Bunn for illegal contact.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the flag side of that play. However, I was watching that stretch there, and I'm not so sure that ball didn't hit the pylon. But
Well, it did. It definitely hit the pylon because the pylon's knocked over.
The pylon before he went out of bounds.
Or the knee came down. The thing is, where did the knee come down? And without replay here in Division II, but we have to see what the flag is for anyway. And some cheers along the UNCP sideline. They will bring in some big men.
Yeah, I think this is going to be spotted near the 1 yard line, and it might have been a first down potentially.
Automatic first down on the penalty against Shaw. So the Braves will have first and goal inside the 1 yard line. They're already up 10-6. And an opportunity to really power. This is an offensive lineman's dream.
Right, yeah. You spend all that time in the weight room doing all that lifting. Now's when it comes time to show off. DeMonte
Rem, the deep back, two fullbacks in the formation. They hand it off. Rem, and he is bottled up and taken down. The pile pushes him all the way back towards the 10-yard line. He stays on his feet, and they'll see where they mark forward progress stopped. The line of scrimmage, I should say, was actually at the 3 yard line, so I'm not sure why the line of scrimmage was there because the last play, Huff was pretty close to the goal line, and then there was a penalty on top of that, so I'm not sure why the line of scrimmage is at the 3, but there you go. And no gain on that run by DeMonte Rem. So it'll be second and goal, and now the Braves will go a little bit smaller, taking out an offensive lineman and a fullback. So B.J. Bunn checks into the game. He will come into the right side. He will join John Rich. Bunn in the slot with Rich out wide.
Look for the slant coming from Bunn here.
Couple of tight ends and a fullback. They hand off Rem up the middle. He tries to get off one tackle and cannot do it. He's taken down at the 5 yard line. Loss of 2 on the run. And that'll bring up a third and goal from the 5 yard line for the Braves. Another decision, run or pass.
Yeah, this Bears defense has been very effective tonight against the run. As you said, to our surprise, having given up so much in the rush game in their first 2 games this season, and a host of substitutions here for the Braves.
Now they come out. It looks like they'll go 4 wide. Cliff Jones checks in to replace DeMonte Rem at the tailback spot. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And Patrick O'Brien in a shotgun formation. 12 on the play clock, 6:35 on the third quarter game clock. Braves up 10-6. Bears looking for the stop. They show some pressure, then they back off. Slant to the right side, caught. It's going to be short of the goal line. It was complete to Rick Mack, the receiver, and he is marked down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and they're going to bring on Matt Davis here to kick this field goal. Good call to go up by 7, but a yard away. If I'm Coach Shane Richardson, I'm thinking about this because even if you don't get it, you've pinned the Bears defense back.
Now, they actually said that was an incomplete pass as Mack didn't possess the ball as he went all the way to the ground. That makes the decision actually a little bit easier.
Yeah.
4th and goal from the 6. Clock stopped with 6:16 to go. B.J. Bunn on to hold for the Matt Davis field goal attempt. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good. Matt Davis makes it a 7-point game. It's 13-6 Braves with 6:12 to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. We will take it as well. Back in 30 seconds on the Braves Radio Network. Braves football, 6:12 to go in the third quarter against the Shaw Bears. The Braves have a 7-point lead. It's 13-6 with Shane Irons. I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you again for joining us. Gorgeous Saturday night in Pembroke as the Braves look to try to improve to 3-0. Bears, on the other hand, at 0-2 on the season. But this has been a pretty close game all evening, Shane.
Yeah, getting ready for this kickoff here. Just 25 yards on kick returns for the Bears tonight. Good coverage by the special teams of the Braves. And sometimes special teams can be that difference, as you saw B.J. Bunn return that punt for a good ways.
Yeah, the big return by B.J. Bunn set up that last drive for the Braves as they got the ball to start inside the red zone on the 15-yard line. They had to settle for the field goal, but they are up by 7 points. And now the kick by Matt Davis. It's a high one and right into the center of the field, taken at the goal line, and now the Bears will take a knee in the end zone, and that's going to go down as one of their longest returns, basically, of the game.
Yeah, good strong leg there by Matt Davis to drive that one back into the end zone. They kind of played up at about the 5-yard line, expecting that kick to land there, and Matt Davis showing off that leg a little bit.
So Quentin Rucker will lead his offense back out onto the field. The Shaw offense, led by offensive coordinator Richard Gray and Quentin Rucker, the senior quarterback. He is in a shotgun formation. He has a running back to his right, 2 receivers on each side. So 4 total receivers in this formation. Ball on their own 25-yard line, 6-12 in the third quarter. Shotgun snap, dropping back to pass. The pass is low, and was that caught at about the 30-yard line? They will say it was, so a gain of 4.5 as the diving catch made just short of the yard line there.
11 of 15 now for Rucker, just approaching the 200-yard mark on the night. Still without a touchdown, though.
Catch made that time by number 86, Shannon Hightower, the sophomore from Youngstown, Ohio, a transfer from Erie Community College. Same formation here, 2 receivers on each side and 1 running back. Braves showing a little bit of pressure, then they back it off. A snap throw over the middle, complete with a little bit of space. Diving down to the 45, 46-yard line is number 80, Trevante Long. Didn't call his name much in the first half, but he did come into tonight's game as the leading receiver for the Bears.
Yeah, he was a player I expected to see more of tonight, and they finally get him with a pass there. And a good bit of zip on that ball from Rutgers. He split the Braves defenders. Risky pass, but he was able to thread the needle.
Braves looked like they were going to bring the linebacker on the blitz that time, then they backed it off. Sometimes the quarterback can get it in his mind that the linebackers are going to blitz and throw it to a spot that the linebacker ends up occupying. That time, the linebacker just couldn't get to that spot in time. Under center now, but the same formation otherwise. They will hand off up the middle, spinning and staying on his feet, getting down for not much gain. That was a gain of about 1 or 2. I think that was Marquise Grizzle, first time we've seen him in this game. That was Grizzle with those dreadlocks, and then he heads right back to the sideline. No gain. The star running back for Shaw didn't get any touches in the first half. His first carry of the second half, no gain.
Yeah, interesting and curious why he hasn't been playing much.
I'd like to hear the full story on that, but if we hear it, we will let you know. 2 receivers on each side now, 2nd and 10 from their own 46-yard line for the Bears. 4:35 to go in the quarter. Snap throw to the right, complete across the 50, and then a host of Braves push him back, but forward progress will take the receiver, I think that was Long again, in to Braves territory where they will have 3rd and 5.
A lot of high percentage passes here for Rucker and his offense, and they're really catching the Braves off guard because you want to respect the speed and ability of these receivers, but you respect it too much and you get a lot of 5- and 6-yard passes that can become very frustrating for a defense.
Well, given the long passes they had to Trey James in the first half, including the one that ended up setting up their only score, just a bomb, you have to respect the deep throw ability of Quentin Rucker. And now Rucker looking back at the official, there was a whistle. I don't think the play clock ever started. Clock stopped, and now it's rolling. 4:02 to go in the quarter. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and a running back to the right of Rucker. He gets the shotgun snap. Braves only rush 3. They throw right, and it's incomplete. No, it was intercepted. Off the deflection, the diving interception. Josh Manns comes down with it.
Good heads-up play there to pick that up off the deflection. Good job.
Unbelievable reaction time. Josh Manns starting today's game in place of Tyreek Holloway, who was dealing with some migraines, and getting the start at the strong safety spot. That ball was tipped. Great coverage by Matt Thomas Quick on one-on-one in man coverage. The safety comes in to help. The ball bounces up, and he corrals it, goes to the turf. Braves have a 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line off the interception.
Yeah, we see Rucker's second mistake of this ball game.
It's hard to even call that a mistake. That was pretty close to his receiver, but great defense by the Braves, getting 2 black shirts on the white shirt, and the interception, the second one of the night, committed by Quentin Rucker. Now the Braves have the ball back in the pistol formation. O'Brien will hand off up the middle. Not a lot there, running right into the line. That looked like Cliff Jones that time.
And I like the play call there. Keep running the ball. Eventually, this defense is going to get tired, and you're gonna break one.
Apologies, that was Brian Staten, the running back that time. He will stay in the game. Martin Munn, the fullback, will exit. He is replaced by John Allen as the Braves will go 4 wide. 3 of them to the right, and the man alone on the left side is JoJo Spann. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 from their own 40. Under 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Braves up 7 and driving. They'll motion the man Span. He will try to turn the corner on the jet sweep. Gets across the 45. He's still on his feet. Down to about the 47-yard line. This will bring up a third and very short for the Braves.
Yeah, JoJo Span is a guy with some serious wheels. He's very, very fast. And I'm surprised, honestly, the Braves haven't tried him deep too many times in this ball game because JoJo Span, I would put my money on him to win a race most days of the week.
So 3rd and 1 for the Braves from their own 47-yard line. This might be 4-down territory if they just try to run the ball up the middle. Man checks back in to play fullback. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man, the fullback, out there with Brian Staten. In a pistol formation, O'Brien, the quarterback. Bears showing pressure. They back off at 5 on the play clock. They hand off up the middle, and more than enough room. Plenty of room to operate across the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. A huge burst by Brian Staten. He got through the front 7 like it was nothing.
Right, and that was Moses White's side of the field that you saw Staten run right through. Moses White just having an off night.
So a big first down for the Braves into Bears territory on the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 from the right hash. 2:25 on the third quarter game clock. Braves up 13-6 and trying to make this a 2-score game. Empty backfield where Patrick O'Brien. He has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and a tight end in the formation. Clear passing down for the Braves. Low snap. Bears bring pressure. The slant over the middle, complete to Span. He's trying to operate. Stiff arm. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Pretty close to a first down there. And they will call him just short. Call it a gain of 8 on the slant to JoJo Span. And that brings up a 2nd and very short for the Braves. Under 2 to play in the 3rd quarter as Staten returns to action. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Patrick O'Brien. Play clock down to 13 as the Braves come up to the line. O'Brien comes and barks out signals, then returns to his position in the pistol formation. 5 on the play clock. They need to get this play off. Low snap, and O'Brien will just keep it. He dives forward, and that might be enough for the first down. He may be just a yard short. He'll be spotted at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, as time ticks down here at the end of this 3rd quarter, I think this is right where the Braves want to be. They're in a comfortable position. They're moving down the field. They're getting some other guys involved, JoJo Span, for instance. They pick up that first down right there, and, Patrick O'Brien's starting to look comfortable.
They do call it enough for the first down, so 1st and 10 for the Braves, just, on the maybe just inches short of the Bears' 25-yard line. 1st and 10 from the right hash, 1:13 to play in the 3rd quarter. Braves in no hurry with a 7-point lead and the ball. 5 on the play clock. A little read option, they hand off up the middle, and not a lot there for Staten. He is stuffed and pushed backward, but they'll probably give him forward progress for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, Staten having a rough night, hasn't even really, according to the Braves app here, hasn't even rushed for 10 yards, but that could be a little off. I'm fairly confident Staten has a little bit more than...
Yeah, it might be just a little bit behind, but Martin Munn checks into the game. The Braves will probably run one more play here this quarter. Gain of just 1, 2nd and 9 from the Bears' 24-yard line. The line to gain appears to be about the 13-yard line, or check that, the 15-yard line. Play clock down to 3. O'Brien 2, 1. They finally do get this play off. Dropping back to pass, looking short and dropped by Span. Or check that was Huff. As he was trying to come back over the middle at the 20-yard line, had it separated by the defender.
Yeah, good job there by Huff to come back and get that, though. Otherwise, that's an interception.
So 14 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Braves up by 7 points, facing 3rd and 9 from the Bears' 24-yard line. They don't necessarily need all these yards. They can just move the ball just a tiny bit closer and perhaps set up a Matt Davis field goal. I think the big thing here is no turnovers. 4 receivers, 2 to either side for O'Brien, and a running back to his right. Clock stopped as the play clock winding down. He drops back to pass, just a 4-man rush. He tucks it and tries to run. Now throws complete and diving down to the 10-yard line, all the way down inside the 10 to the 6 is Brian Staten. What a play call there on 3rd down for the Braves.
What I really love about that play is Patrick O'Brien's ability to keep his eyes upfield, focused on the receivers and what's going on as he evades the rush.
They set the ball down, and the game clock will wind down to 0 in the 3rd quarter. The Braves will face 1st and goal from the opponent's 6-yard line when we come back. 3 quarters in the books in Pembroke. The UNCP Braves leading the Shaw Bears 13-6. We'll be right back on the Braves Radio Network. Back here in Pembroke alongside Shane Irons, I'm Cameron Songer. Thanks again for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night in Pembroke, North Carolina. Lumbee Guarantee Bank Field is rocking, and the Braves have an opportunity to go up by 2 scores here. Shane, what's impressed you on this drive for the Braves?
This drive for the Braves, sorry, I was receiving some stats there coming through the door, but the big thing for me was Patrick O'Brien's ability to evade that rush and look upfield. The Braves' ability just to get down the field has been impressive as they struggled this season with offensive drives, just the fact that they are composed in driving the ball right now.
Trips to the left for the Braves, 1 receiver to the right. Patrick O'Brien in the shotgun, and a running back to his right, that looks like Jones. They throw to the left flat, incomplete, over the head of Jonathan Huff, and that'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, these stats a little misleading here. 317 total yards for the Bears, only 213 for the Braves, yet the scoreboard in favor of the Braves. So the Bears moving the ball, just not getting the points when they're available.
The Braves have been getting much better offensive field position so far, and they also had one big special teams play by B.J. Bunn that set up a scoring play. This Bears team, they got 7 points in their season opener against NC-A&T. Battled back and had a really good 4th quarter last week against Wingate. The Braves are not done yet. 4 on the play clock, 14:56 to go in the game. Looking to the right side, looking to the end zone. A lot of contact in the end zone. No flag as that sails over the head of B.J. Bunn. Patrick O'Brien looking to the officials for the pass interference call. He's not going to get it.
Yeah, the Braves have had 3 red zone chances so far in this ball game, and they have scored on each red zone chance, and that's always a good thing to have if you're an offensive coordinator. That every time you enter the red zone, you score. So 3 for 3 on tonight for the Braves, and only 1 of 2 for the Bears on that play at the end of the 2nd quarter, right before the half there.
Yeah, they decided to go for the touchdown rather than the field goal, which would have made it just a 1-point game. Instead, it went to halftime being a 4-point game. However, the Braves want 7 here rather than 3. 2 field goals and 1 touchdown in the red zone so far. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side, play clock down to 1. Bears blitz. O'Brien tucks and runs. He's off to the right side. He lowers the shoulder, and he appears to be a yard short. So again, the Braves come up just a yard short, and they couldn't have gotten a first down there. So that brings up 4th and goal, and I think they're going to leave the offense on the field this time.
Yeah, big guys never get much credit, which is why I want to talk about Lawrence Keys. The left tackle on that play right there really stepped up, and just great blocking there for O'Brien before he had to take off with the ball. He really handled that blitz well off the edge.
And some of the skill position players leave the field for the Braves. 4th and goal from the 1, and they will put the jumbo set on the field. 2 fullbacks, extra tight ends and blockers. 1 receiver to the left side. It's number 80, Josh Allen. And 1 deep back. And it looks like they might have gotten somebody to jump. Braves are fired up. O'Brien is happy. A little bit of a scuffle going on along the line. I think the Bears very upset with themselves for jumping off sides there.
Yeah, that's a mistake you can't have when you have a 4th and about 1 like that. Waiting for the call here.
Big call here.
And it will be against the Bears.
Big penalty against the Bears. The down remains 4th, but that halves the distance, and the Braves just inches away. 4th and goal with the ball inside the 1-yard line. The clock runs, and what that also does is it allows Corey Schultz, the backup left tackle who had to come in because Lawrence Keys, the starting left tackle, lost his helmet on the play. So Keys is allowed to return. The Braves don't have to burn a timeout. Now timeout called. I think the Bears want to talk this one over. 14:09 on the fourth quarter game clock. We will take the break as well. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to UNCP Braves football. Following the timeout taken by the Braves, they will have 2 left. The Bears still have all 3 of their timeouts. This is a big moment in this game. 4th and goal from inside the 1-yard line. The Braves trying to go up by 2 scores. They already have the 13-6 lead over the 0-2 Shaw Bears. The Braves looking to improve to a perfect 3-0 on the season, and a score here would be huge. They keep the offense on the field as they are in a jumbo set.
No, there goes Matt Davis. They are going to kick the field goal here.
Why did they bring the offense out originally, draw the offsides penalty, if they're only going to bring the kicking team out there? I don't understand that at all.
Maybe a change of heart there on the timeout. You know, you get those 3 points. It's more than a touchdowns ball game. Now you make it a 10-point ball game, 2 possessions.
Snap is down. The kick is up. It is good. Matt Davis makes this a 2-score game. B.J. Bunn did a great job to get that snap down. That was not a good snap, but he was able to get it down. And the Bears, I think if they had brought more pressure, they could have blocked that kick.
Yeah, that kick was a little low there. You seen it? Because, I mean, it held funny there by B.J. Bunn, who had to corral that snap. But good hands by him and good focus by Matt Davis not to let that affect his kick.
14:05 to go in the game. We will keep it here as the Braves lead 16-6 with Shane Irons. I'm Cameron Songer. Thanks for listening to the Braves Radio Network as UNCP 2-0 on the season. A win over Winston-Salem State 2 weeks ago, right on this very field, to open the season on Thursday night, and then last week on the road in the rain, a 14-10 victory over Fayetteville State to remain perfect in the Two Rivers Classic. The traveling trophy stays where it belongs in Pembroke, North Carolina, despite 5 turnovers by the Braves offense.
Yeah, the Braves now just 1 point away from tying their point total for the last several games. You know, another monkey off their back if they could.
If they get one more score, it'll be the first time they score more than 17 points since the 2013 season, a year they did rack up 9 wins and make the postseason in Division II football. They have high aspirations this year, as Matt Davis will be on to kick and back deep to return for the Bears, Ty Jefferson and Raheem Winston. This will be a key juncture here for the Bears. Their offense needs to produce some points. They don't need a touchdown on this drive, but the way the Braves defense has really controlled the proceedings since the start of really the second quarter. It wasn't that opening drive that the Bears scored. Unlike the first 2 games the Braves played where they allowed touchdowns on the opening drive, but still a first quarter touchdown by the Bears. And a high kick that will bounce and roll into the end zone. The Bears are afraid of returning kicks right now, Shane, because of how well the Braves have been covering it earlier.
Yeah, I noticed that there. They decided to let that ball bounce and go through the end zone. I mean, and if you look at their field, their average starting position, it hasn't been too good, so at least by letting it go through, they get at least the 20, whereas before they were starting at the 13, 14, 15-yard line.
Now, it's a pretty high probability play to let that bounce if it's going to land on the 1 or 2 yard line. The chance of it bouncing back and coming back towards your receivers or your upmen is pretty low. But if the defense runs all the way up the field, I mean, that's a live ball. That's a slightly risky play if it bounces short of the goal line. 2 receivers to each side for the quarterback. He fires left. It's tipped up in the air and bouncing out of play. The Braves got their hands on that one, and Kendall Jacobs might have had a chance to make a diving interception, as it is incomplete pass from Quinton Rucker.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that was Chris Phipps on that play. Nearly just right through his hands. Lets you know why he's on the defense and not the offense there. He can break them up.
He is a pretty good linebacker, listed as the second stringer at the outside linebacker spot behind Carlos Manning. But Manning standing on the sidelines earlier with a sling around his right arm. So Chris Phipps getting some extended playing time here. He didn't play against Winston-Salem State, but does have 7 tackles on the season. Dropping back to pass is Rucker. He has a man. It's complete down the left sideline, enough for a first down past the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that's Webster again. This kid can just do everything out there. He is the ultimate, seems to be ultimate skill player. He kind of reminds you of like a Wes Welker type player, or maybe a Julian Edelman out there, just little guy catching balls all over the field.
5'9", 185. He has 5 catches, 10 carries, and 9 passing attempts. That's coming into tonight's game, and also 16 punt attempts. Dropping back to pass, looking deep down the left sideline, and that's going to go over everything. Incomplete. Good coverage by Matt Thomas Quick, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, for the Braves.
Yeah, Webster has 4 receptions in this game so far for 62 yards. He's averaging 15 every time he catches that ball, and he's had a long of 31.
Clock stops with 13:36 to go in the game. Braves with the 16-6 lead over the Shaw Bears. Shaw 0-2 on the season, trying to avoid an 0-3 start. Last year they went 3-7, 2-5 in the CIAA. They haven't played a conference game yet this season. Shotgun formation once again. Hit as he throws, pass complete over the middle and brought down short of the first down marker, down to about the 48-yard line as they hit the running back, Travis Locke.
Yeah, good job by Ayers Brooks there to get off the block and put some pressure there on Rucker. Forced that pass a little bit sooner than I think Rucker was ready to throw.
I think he wanted to go deep with that ball. He's certainly not been shy about uncorking that cannon that he has on his right arm. That time he didn't have a chance to, as he couldn't step into a throw without getting drilled.
Yeah, good job by Ayers Brooks. And that's the beauty of a good defensive line, is when they can get in there and disrupt the flow of an offense.
3rd and 2 from their own 49-yard line. Code Black trying to get off the field, under 13 minutes to play in the game. Dropping back to pass. Rucker has a man incomplete. He was looking along the left side on the slant route for, that looked like Karoquis Jefferson, and it goes incomplete, and they will trot out the punting unit down by 10 points, facing 4th and 2 near midfield. Right call, Shane?
I think in this, I think you punt this, get rid of this ball. You still have time. It's a 10-point ball game. You really don't want to give the Braves good field position if you're the Bears. And good play there by Barnett on that last one. He was the pressure that time from the opposite side of Ayers Brooks.
Dropping back to punt is Webster. He steps into it. It's a low rugby-style kick along the left sideline. It takes a bounce inside the 20, rolling all the way inside the 10. That's a great Bears bounce. That will be down at about the 5-yard line. B.J. Bunn wanted nothing to do with that. And unfortunately for the Braves, they will have pretty terrible field position to start this drive.
Yeah, see now, after able to see that punt, now you say, okay, yeah, that's the right call. And you're absolutely right, B.J. Bunn doesn't want anything to do with that. That's what they call a Peter in practice. Stay away from Peter. That's a rolling ball.
So that time, a questionable call as to whether or not the Bears should punt, and they do get the coffin corner punt down. The Braves had a similar situation where they only net 19 yards on a punt with the line of scrimmage at the opponent's 39. That time, 20 yards further upfield, a slightly easier call, but 4th and 2, you can usually gain 2 yards per play on average, but on 4th down, it's a tough one, and the Bears had to punt. 1st and 10 from their own 6 for the Braves, 12:40 to go, as O'Brien will keep it on the read option, tries to dance out to the outside, tiptoes the sideline, gets out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, gain of about 6 for the quarterback.
Yeah, and the big thing there is just creating some space. Now when you drop back or start a play, you're not starting it from your goal line or your end zone, so you get a little bit of comfort. You have a little bit of space to work with now.
And it increases that margin for error. The Braves had one turnover last week on a snap that went over their heads and was ultimately recovered by the defense. A bad snap here would still be very bad because the Braves inside their own 20, but it's not necessarily an automatic safety. Tight end in the formation, one running back in the backfield with O'Brien. He's in the shotgun, drops back to pass, and he is wrapped up and sacked down at his own 6-yard line. The outside linebacker blitz got home, and O'Brien goes down.
Yeah, Rontonio Stanley that time was the running back, and he just wasn't able to pick up number 41, Roland Green, who records the sack there. Roland Green, a very good linebacker from New York, but Rontonio Stanley has to do a better job of reaching that block.
Can't tell if that's Stanley or Cliff Jones who's in the backfield now. The Braves need 9 yards. 3rd and 9 from their own 7, under 11 and a half minutes to play in the game. Motion man from left to right, now back to his spot, is Rich. The snap, and it's sent off to the right side. Not much there for the Braves, and they are well short of the first down there.
So the Bears punt, 4th down here. You would assume that the Braves punt, So ultimately, field position swings in favor of the Braves here, so maybe a good decision to punt there. Not much time off the clock on that short drive for the Braves. So really this kind of works out for the Bears, pending no mistakes here.
And the one thing you can say that the Braves, they didn't have an incomplete pass on that drive, so the clock kept running. And in a 2-score game, Code Black has tended to thrive so far this season. But now punting from his own end zone, this is Ben Utter. And the Bears are lined up like they're going to come after him. Play clock down to 5. They need to get this snap off. From their own 11-yard line is the line of scrimmage. They do come after it. Utter gets it off, punting from the goal line. It'll be fair caught and then bouncing again. Bears bounce, and they will get outstanding field position. Good coverage upfield for the Braves as they were able to get up quickly, but they'll be starting inside the Braves' 40-yard line. The Bears have got to be thinking about scoring here. It doesn't necessarily need to be a touchdown, but I think with this field position, they've got to be thinking points.
Yeah, I think Ben Utter was under a little bit of pressure there. You saw that rush come in. He looked like he was trying to get that punt off as soon as possible. Not one of his better punts of the day or the season, but good job to get that off.
Travis Locke will be the running back as the Bears thought about coming up to the line. Now they will go back and huddle up. They'll break the huddle with 16 on the play clock, 10:32 on the game clock. The ball spotted right in the middle of the field on the Braves' 40-yard line. Bears going from left to right across the field. They need 10 points to try to tie this game. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap, they set up a screen. It's complete to James, and he is wrapped up quickly. Good tackle there as the Braves swarm to the ball. First one to it. That's number 14, Mike Lawrence, the senior, making the tackle.
Yeah, that's about 240 yards now for Rucker on the day, so he's having a pretty good day in terms of yards, but just not really getting the opportunities to score touchdowns here. And as you said, great play by Mike Lawrence, their veteran player on this Brave defense, leading the way.
He had 20 tackles a year ago, came into tonight's game with 11 solo tackles. That was another one right there. 3 receivers now to the left, 1 man to the right. A running back to the right of Rucker as they face 2nd and 10. Play clock down to 6. Ball on the right hash. He drops back. He's hit as he throws. Lofts it up towards the left side. It's going to sail over everything. Out of bounds, incomplete pass. Ref right there. No flag on the play.
Yeah, Mike Keck drilled Rucker right there. Came through pretty much unblocked, put a helmet right in the chest of Rucker, and you saw Rucker just leave his feet and land on his back. But one thing I noticed is the Shane Richardson has a lot of confidence in this Braves defense. The corners do not alternate sides. They stay on whatever side of the field that they are assigned to. They don't switch based on receiver or anything like that. So a lot of confidence in these corners.
And individual matchups don't seem to matter for the Braves. They believe any corner can stop any receiver at any time. 3rd and 10, and the Bears scrambled. They will call timeout, just their first of the half. 9:43 to go in the game. It's a 16-6 Braves lead. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Bears. Timeout on the field. We will take it as well. You're listening to UNCP Braves football. Big 3rd and 10 coming up for the Shaw Bears. They trail the UNCP Braves 16-6. It's 3rd and 10 from the Braves' 40-yard line. 9:43 to go in the game. Braves looking to remain perfect on the season. The Bears looking for their first win, and it would be an impressive road win if the Bears are able to come back and make something happen. They started this quarter down, and they're down 10 points here in the 4th quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun snap. Stepping up in under pressure, looking for the end zone. That's over everything, and he overshot Trey James by about 5 yards. A cannon of an arm by Quentin Rucker, but he can't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, the Bears fall now to just 1 and 9 on 3rd down conversions, plaguing them. It looks like they're going to go for it here on the 4th down, but I think Rucker was expecting James to straighten that out a little bit rather than running a little bit of that seam kind of route there.
Rucker's certainly not afraid to let it fly. They've looked deep often, and often those deep balls are intended for Trey James. He does have one of them, but the incompletion starting to mount. 4th down. Dropping back to pass. Braves rush 4. They get home, and the pass over everything. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. No flag on the play. The Braves will take over on their own 40-yard line. 9:32 to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, you saw Rucker picking himself up there after that play. More pressure by the Braves defense, and that's just what you want to see.
Yeah, they were looking for number 33, Danny Webster, and at 5'9", 185, he doesn't have the same physical stature as Trey James. Over the middle, on the outside, doesn't really matter. I don't think anyone was going to get to that ball. A good job, though, to get it away from the Braves defenders. Not that an interception would have really helped the Braves there. In fact, probably would have hurt. So they come back out. They have a fullback, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a tailback. They hand off up the middle. It looks like Rem. He breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet across the 45, taken down at the 46-yard line. Gain of 6 on the handoff to the freshman or the junior DeMonte Rem.
Yeah, Rem now with 11 attempts for about 37 yards, so he's starting to get going here too, starting to get touches for the offense.
The Braves offense hasn't, I mean, you look at those average numbers, it hasn't been a lot of 3-yard runs. The runs have either been 6 or 7 yards or 0 or a half a yard.
Yeah.
It's been very inconsistent for UNCP, but you do it enough times and you start to pick up the yards. 2nd and 4 from their own 46. Play clock down to 10. Under 9 minutes to play. Another handoff up the middle, and this time Rem is stuffed. Taken down. There was initial contact, and then I guess the whistle a little bit slow as the tackle made by Terrence Evans, the senior from Winston-Salem, a big boy, 6'4", 350. He fills a lot of space at the defensive tackle spot. He is down on the turf right now.
Yeah. I think it's worth noting 5 different Braves have rushed the ball tonight. So really a group effort in this rushing attack. When you look at teams and their rushing stats, you usually see maybe 1 or 2 guys that are really carrying a load. But for the Braves, 5 different guys. You have Rem with 12 carries, Jones with 9, Staten with 2, O'Brien with 8, and Williams will go down for having 1 had he fumbled that. But so really 4 different guys. I apologize.
It does go down as a carry for the punter after the fumbled snap that he fell on. That counts as a negative 10-yard run. It really kind of messes up the Braves' stats.
But almost 3 different Braves in double digits for carries tonight.
The Braves, with the lead, not afraid to pound the football as the injured player trots off the field. That is the defensive tackle that we talked about, Terrence Evans. He's able to walk off under his own power. Again, it was 82 degrees at kickoff here in Pembroke, so a warm night, but not ridiculously warm, as the Braves now come out in an odd formation. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right, and another one behind that receiver to the right. He now steps up to the line, and alone on the left side is B.J. Bunn. They now motion the man Huff over to the left side, so 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 7 for the Braves, clock running. They're on their own 43-yard line. Play clock still at 12, so O'Brien has some time to take. And he finally gets the snap. 5-man rush. They luffed it over the defense, and it's caught down the sidelines. Jonathan Huff snuck past the defense and makes the catch into Bears territory. Flag comes in late along the 50-yard line.
Can hear the coaches next to us going crazy. Not sure what they saw here. We're waiting for the call ourselves. But they say that is one of the hardest catches to do, is that over-the-shoulder catch.
Pass interference goes against the offense, and that will negate the wonderful catch by Jonathan Huff. I'm not sure if Huff pushed off or it was on the other man who kind of set a screen, B.J. Bunn. They like to kind of use Bunn as a decoy, and sometimes he picks the defender, and sometimes he gets hit for the penalty.
Yeah,
so,
that's the risk you take when you make that play design. They call it in the NFL a lot of the time, and you just gotta be careful when setting those picks that you're not interfering too much.
I mean, you're not supposed to be able to do it at all, but there's definitely, I mean, like they say, holding happens on every play at the high levels of football. It's about how can you get away with it, and B.J. Bunn not able to get away with it that time. So 3rd and very long coming up for the Braves, but the clock continues to run. Under 8 minutes to go, Braves leading 16-6, 3rd and 22 from their own 28-yard line. I would be surprised if the Braves tried to get all of these yards here. Motion man as the Braves put 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Low shotgun snap, handoff, and bouncing off tackle for a few yards is DeMonte Rem. He's still on his feet, across the 30. The pile moves to about the 35, and it keeps going. He's taken down to about the 37. Good job to keep the legs churning by DeMonte Rem, but he's got to be careful of a fumble in that situation.
And I'm going to give props to the refs for not blowing the whistle too early. I mean, that was 5-6 more yards on the movement of the pile there, it seemed like.
So a 4th and 15 coming up for the Braves from their own 35-yard line. as they won't have to punt this ball until there's less than 7 minutes left on the clock. They have a 10-point lead. The Bears will be getting the ball back, but the Braves have got to be feeling pretty confident coming down the home stretch of this game, Shane.
Yeah. To be in the position that the Braves are, winning football games like this without your offense putting up a whole lot of points is, I mean, it's great to have a defense that can do that for you.
Ben Utter on to punt. His heels are on his own 20-yard line. The Bears come after it again. A good snap and a good kick by Utter, and no return by the Bears. This one takes a Braves bounce and will roll all the way to the 26-yard line. So Ben Utter able to flip field position, and the Bears will take over from their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen a Ben Utter punt take a great roll. He's really got the roll going his way tonight. So.
Well, there's been a couple of really obvious UNCP bounces, been a couple of really obvious Shaw bounces. This time the Braves get the benefit of the bouncing football, and the Bears have a long way to go. They're down by 10 points, 6:41 on the game clock. At what point do you really have to significantly alter the playbook to start taking the run game out of the playbook?
I think it honestly at some point during this drive with 6:41 left, the way the Braves can control the ball, you're down by 10 points, you're really running out of time. I think we start to see that now.
Webster motions from right to left. Handoff goes up the middle. Gain of about 2 or 3 as Travis Locke dives forward, and he wasn't able to get past the big defensive front of UNCP. Looked like Marquin Hill in there on the stop for the Braves, and coming in to clean it up was Chris Phipps. So 2nd and about 7. Ball on their own 29-yard line for Shaw. Trailing by 10 points, 6:15 to play in the ball game. Under center with a receiver on each side. And the motion man, the second receiver, goes to the left side. Play fake to the left, rolling right, stepping up, hit by Keck, and the pass caught by Webster down to the 44-yard line. And a bunch of defenders had their backs turned to the ball. They didn't know where it was.
Yeah, that's what happens when a quarterback starts using his feet as players get open. But really, that was a better catch than it was a pass. Webster really adjusted well to get in a mix of those defenders to catch that ball. But that's the trouble with a mobile quarterback.
Quentin Rucker, he knew he was going to get hit that time by Mike Keck and still got the pass off. Handoff off the left tackle. That's Marquise Grizzle again, and he picks up 2 yards. Just his second carry of the night. Not much there for the man with the long dreadlocks, the senior from Camden, North Carolina. And he will head back to the sideline once again.
With that, the Bears are starting to close in on 400 total yards of offense, believe it or not.
6 points on the board, 400 total yards of offense.
359 right now, not counting that last run.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, a tight end on the right, 1 man to the left. Rolling the pocket to the right is Rucker. He steps up, he throws, he's hit as he throws. It's a low hit, the flag comes in late, and that will be a low hit on Garrett Barnett, 15-yard penalty, and Quentin Rucker is hurt.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there. You saw Barnett take the low shot towards the knees right there and I don't think it was an attempt to be dirty. I mean, Rucker's a really big guy with the ability to run people over, and honestly, their quarterback, Rucker, is probably bigger than Barnett. So Barnett taking the short tackle there, and Rucker back on his feet, though.
Yeah, Barnett at 6'2", 215, Rucker at 6'3", 205, and 205 looks like that might be conservative. Rucker is a big boy. He pops right back up to his feet, now will walk over to the sidelines. The low hit below the knees, 15-yard personal foul against the Braves. That's a big play for the Bears as that moves them into Braves territory, 1st and 10. Rucker will have to go to the bench for 1 play after he was injured. Terrence Chambry, again, the backup quarterback, will come in. This is probably going to be a run play like we saw the last time Rucker was hurt.
Yeah, I agree with you here. I think they'll just hand this ball off, be content with maybe something simple.
Chambry has attempted 1 pass on the season. He's 0 for 1, and they will roll him out to the left. He's now chased down, trying to make something happen. He is sacked. The entire Braves defensive line there. Marquin Hill finally making the sack.
Yeah, he showed his elusiveness there, but interesting play call to have a quarterback who's only thrown 1 pass all season. In that situation to throw right there, I'm not sure why you don't just give that ball to Travis Locke.
Loss of 8 on the play. 2nd and 18 from the Braves' 46-yard line coming up for the Bears. Under 5 minutes to go as the clock ticks down. 4:40 to play, and the Bears still chasing 10 points. Time's definitely running out. If they do score here, I think they're going to have to try to onside kick. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The man in the shotgun is Rucker as he checks back in. Travis Locke, the running back, to his left. He gets the shotgun snap, dropping back to pass. Looking to his left, looking deep. and it is incomplete over the head of James, and Mike Lawrence there on the one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, Ayers Brooks, too, getting around the outside. Rucker never saw him coming, but if he doesn't let that ball go, Ayers Brooks gets a pretty clean shot.
He had to throw that ball as the Braves, I think they were only rushing 4 that time. Great pressure by the defensive line, and Brooks, linebacker, coming in. I think he maybe was spying and then was able to come in when he saw the running back was in a blocking pattern. So third and very long, 4:19 on the fourth quarter game clock. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Shaw Bears. 3rd and 18 from the Braves' 46-yard line. This is 4-down territory, I think. The pass behind the intended target of Webster. He was running the out route to the left side. Incomplete. 4th and very long coming up. And this, you hate to say the game could be over so early, Shane, but this might be the game right here.
Yeah, I think if they fail to convert this right here, now, assuming the Braves can sustain even just a little drive, I think that this could be the ball game. But you have to wonder what's going through Rucker's head right now. You're seeing him start to miss some throws a little bit. I wonder if that hit Barnett put on him hasn't rattled him a little bit.
And no timeout being called by either team. 4:15 to go in the ballgame. Clock stop. Play clock down to 10. 4th and very long. He's chased out of the pocket. He lofts a short throw, and it's going to fall harmlessly to the turf. That ball might have been tipped as he threw it, as the Braves got great pressure. Turnover on downs. Braves will take over on their own 46-yard line. 4:08 to play, and the Braves sideline fired up right now. They are waving to the crowd to make some noise.
Yeah, good defense there. And the story of this second half has really been pressure by the Braves defensive line on Rucker.
So the Braves, they could even just take knees at this point, punt the ball, play field position, and run 2 minutes off the clock basically, and feel pretty confident. A first down or 2, and they are in business. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, pistol formation, low snap. O'Brien gets the snap and hands it off up the middle to Monte Rem, trying to break through, and not much there for Rem.
Now, you have a 38-second play clock now. I think if you're – do we have a timeout there?
All right, the play clock is stopped at – no, now they're going to reset it at 4. The clock stopped at 3:59. Timeout by Shaw. Yeah. And we will take it as well. 3:59 to play in this game. Braves up 16-6 with the ball, trying to ice this one away. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the exciting conclusion.
You're a pirate.
16-6, Braves lead. 3:59 to go in the ball game on Talk Like a Pirate Day. We're not really celebrating here in the press box. Or are we?
Yeah, our director in the back there hit us with a little bit of R. Thank you, Elka from the Netherlands, for that.
3:59 to play. Braves have the ball, facing 2nd and 9 from their own 47. With the 16-6 lead. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Low snap, handoff going to Rem, and he will be gobbled up in the backfield. Tried to keep his legs going, and he is taken down near the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. He might have even lost a yard. But the Braves not even necessarily thinking about getting this first down. They want to keep possession of the ball and run some more time off.
Yeah, just eat time, and I think the Bears were content to hold him up and push him to the sidelines in hopes that they could stop the clock, and the clock is stopped, so I assume that he stumbled out of bounds. Oh, no, there it goes. It's running again as they spotted the ball. So, you have 20 seconds here. Take 20 seconds,
Absolutely. 17 seconds on the play clock. 3:37 to go in the game. Braves facing 3rd and 9 from their own 47. They look over to the sidelines. I'd be very surprised if they put this ball up. O'Brien with 4 on the play clock gets the snap. Handoff up the middle to Rem. He has a little bit of room. He's across the 50 into Bears territory. And this could be an interesting decision. 4th and what's going to be about 2 or 3. Do the Braves think about running this ball and trying to keep the clock running, get another first down, or do you try to coffin corner punt? This is a decision, Shane.
If I'm Shane Richardson, I run this ball, because if you get the 4th down, you've essentially ended this football game, because now you can eat another
2 minutes at least.
Yeah, and even more, really. I mean, depending upon timeout situation, which I'm not even sure if the Bears have timeouts remaining.
The Bears just called their final timeout with this 4th and 2 situation upcoming.
Yeah.
Now, regardless of what the Braves come out in, the Bears don't have the ability to stop the play. So,
right, and that's why I think that if you're the head coach here, you run this ball, you find some way to pick up this first down, because at that point it's literally just running the clock out.
3:17 to go. Braves up by 10 points. It's a very similar situation to that first week game against Winston-Salem State, where the Braves went on to win by 10 points. But it was a similar kind of thing where UNCP just kind of had to run out the clock. They were ahead most of the fourth quarter, and pretty comfortably, based on the way the defense was playing, you didn't really feel that uncomfortable about the game. The Bears will come out in what looks like a punt return formation. Pretty confident that the Braves are going to come out and punt. And it looks like the offense comes out onto the field.
Yeah, it does. Ben Utter's on the sidelines, and that's definitely Patrick O'Brien in that big white number 12.
So the Braves will come out in a power set on 4th and 2 at the 46-yard line of the Bears. Let's see if they try to draw them offsides here. 15 on the play clock. They don't need to do anything with it. Now they move some players around into the Maryland I formation. O'Brien under center, one receiver all the way on the right side, the top of your screen. Nearly got him offsides there. That was close. 4-3-2, and now the Braves, I think, will either take the timeout or the delay of game penalty. A flag comes in, and it will be a delay of game on the Braves. So that's exactly what they were trying to do. They're trying to draw offsides with contact to get the 5-yard penalty and the automatic first down. Good awareness and discipline by the Bears. And now the Braves will back into their own territory. Still near midfield. They'll bring the punting unit out. 3:17 to go. The Bears need points, and they need them very fast. A big return here would be a nice start, but I don't know. The way the Braves have been covering these punts, it's been pretty impressive. Bruce Parker Jr., the deep man to return. Ben Utter on to punt, and I think the Bears are going to come after this. They do. The snap is low. Utter gets it off. It's a pretty good punt. It will bounce at about the 35-yard line and stay there. Braves will down at the 36 as it took a slight Shaw bounce. And with 3:08 to play, the Shaw Bears will take over on their own 36-yard line.
We do have a flag on the field here. It was thrown near the punter, and I'm curious if the Braves aren't going to get the first down here for touching Ben Utter.
It is a personal foul against Shaw. 15-yard automatic first down for the Braves, and that might be the death knell for the Shaw Bears.
Yeah, that's the risk with trying to block a punt, is if you don't get that ball and you touch that punter, automatic is generally going to be automatic first down, and let's keep on rolling offense.
And again, the Braves offense doesn't have to do much here. 3:08 to go. They are in Shaw territory as the first down takes them to the 36-yard line. With a 10-point lead, the Braves could essentially just kneel the ball and then decide what to do on 4th down, maybe try to make a play on 4th down or even punt it. At this point, the Braves, all they have to do is not make a dumb turnover. Snap, and they do a screen to the left side to Huffman. He has a little bit of room, a good block out in front. He breaks one tackle, is inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. A lot of contact after the play. Officials trying to break up a little scrum that looked like it was about to develop, and the Braves return to their huddle. First down, UNCP. They get it down near the 20-yard line. They're not thinking about running out this clock. They want to score.
Yeah, that was Moses and Huffman there in that little bit of skirmish there, and undoubtedly Moses, a little bit of frustrated. But, yeah, the Braves are looking to apply more pressure.
Teron Huffman with a great yardage after the catch there. Clock running under 2:50 to go in the game. Braves up 16-6 and driving ball on the Shaw 21-yard line. They will take the play clock all the way down, 5-4-3. Pistol formation, O'Brien. He gets the snap, will hand off up the middle. Rem with a little bit of room to work. He's inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. Gain of about 4, and will bring up second down and manageable for the Braves.
Right, and without the ability to stop the clock, I expect us to sit here for about 34 seconds and talk about the clock.
Well, we can talk about how the game has gone for the Braves. It didn't look good in the early going for UNCP, as they really struggled, and Shaw was able to hang with them for the most part. The turning point came right at halftime, where Shaw mismanaged the clock. They had 2 timeouts, didn't take them, ultimately decided to go for it on the 1-yard line and was stuffed rather than taking a sure field goal with 3 seconds left. That would have made it a 10-9 game. Instead, we went to halftime 10-6, and Shaw hasn't scored since.
And a number of turnovers.
Dropping back to pass, looking over the middle, and O'Brien overshot everything a curious play call there by the Braves. That stops the clock with 1:49 to go.
Yeah, and you see Dwight Campbell walking back from the 25-yard line. He came right on through there.
Yeah, great pressure applied there by Shaw, and the air-mailed pass. Not even sure who that was intended for. I think John Allen was out there on the slant pattern for the Braves, and now 3rd and 6 from the Shaw 17-yard line. 1:49 to go. The Braves can run the ball up the middle and then basically kick a field goal, walk away from this drive with a 13-point lead, or they might try to pass again. I was very surprised with the second down pass, but I think they were trying to trick Shaw. Play clock down to 4, 3. O'Brien out of the shotgun, needs to get this snap off. He does. Dropping back to pass, just a 4-man rush, steps up in the pocket, pass complete to Rich. He's inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, and up for a first down. A minute 41 to play. That might just do it for this ball game.
Yeah, these Braves receivers are really good at yards after the catch. They catch the ball, but, instead of going down, they're really, really feisty receivers, really trying to get those extra yards, and that could be all the difference, like you saw there, getting the first down and so on and so forth. These Braves receivers very, very feisty when the ball's in their hands.
Big package on the field for the Braves as B.J. Bunn will be the receiver on the far right. John Rich stays in the game. He moves to the left flank, and the Braves have the fullback Martin Munn and the tight end Zelius Morrow in the formation. Play clock all the way down to 2, 1. Let's see if O'Brien's going to get this snap off. He does. Looking to his left, looking for Rich, boxing out, and the pass tipped up in the air. Who caught it? Someone got a hand on it, and it's intercepted. That was just a loose ball battle between John Rich and the defensive back Deshaun Harris. And credit to Harris, as both players were going to the turf, he was able to reach and grab it.
Yeah, with 1 minute and 8 seconds left here, though, the ball come out to the 20-yard line. You have a solid defense. I really think that we're going to see a whole bunch of fast, quick plays and ball game over.
Well, one interception or a fumble, the Braves can force a turnover here and then just kneel out the rest of the clock if they're able to do that defensively. Down by 10 points, 1 minute and 8 seconds left. Shaw needs 2 scores. Rucker looking over to his sideline. I think they had the wrong personnel, and they only had 10 men on the field. So they'll bring a running back in off the sidelines. Play clock down to 5. They don't have a timeout to burn here. Shotgun snap. They'll roll the pocket to the right. Rucker is chased down. Mike Keck with the sack. Mike Keck just swallowed up Quinton Rucker. And a big sack. The clock continues to run.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that actually might be Mike Keck's second sack of the night. I can't remember if he had one in the first half or not, but
he's been everywhere defensively.
We've called his name several times this evening.
That's for sure. Under 50 seconds to play. 2 receivers to each side for the Bears, who now have the ball in their own 7. 2nd and 23, throwing from his own end zone. Rucker looking deep down the right sideline, and it's over everything, incomplete. Looking for Trey James as it sails into the UNCP bench. Stops the clock with 37 seconds left. 3rd and 23 coming up for the Shaw Bears. Down by 10 points, and it would take pretty much a miracle for them to come back in this game.
Yeah, Mike Keck with 2 tackles for a loss, 4 solos on the night. And those 2 tackles for losses have netted 16 total yards. So great job by Mike Keck.
Game clock stopped at 37 as Shaw able to bring a couple different receivers onto the field. Play clock at 10, so plenty of time for Rucker to get this snap off. He has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and a running back in the backfield. 4-man rush. The Braves able to get home. Loft to pass over the middle. That's well incomplete, and there was no receiver really in the area. So he was looking for number 21, Raymond Green. I think this is a defensive back who came in looking to make a catch there.
Yeah, I think that throw was a result of pressure there from Marquand Hill.
Yeah, Hill was just worked his way right past the offensive guard and got right in, got his hands up in the quarterback's face. 4th and 23 from their own 7-yard line. This is the game, boys and girls. Shaw needs a first down just to keep this game alive. The line to gain is the 20-yard line, or the 30-yard line, excuse me. 3 receivers to the right. Looks like a Hail Mary formation. He throws it short, complete to James. He has to work his way past a couple defenders, and he is well short, taken down at the 25-yard line. He caught it along the right sideline, tried to cut it back, and the Braves swarmed to him. 22 seconds left, turnover on downs. The Bears can't stop the clock. The Braves can take 1 knee, and this ball game is going to be done.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we can pretty much with certainty guess the play call here. I think we're going to see the victory formation and the kneel.
With the coach's box to our left up here in the press box, and plenty of pats on the back and headsets coming off in the coaches and coordinators box for UNCP right next to us. This looks to be the victory formation for UNCP with 22 seconds left, a 10-point lead. They can just kneel it right here and walk away with the victory.
Yeah, great performance by this Braves defense. They give up just 8.5 points a game in just 6 tonight.
Standout defensive effort for UNCP. Under center is O'Brien, and way back in the backfield is Cliff Jones. In case something goes wrong, he takes the knee, and without the means to stop the clock, Shaw will admit defeat here. The Braves will walk out onto the field, and a handshake will take place at the 50-yard line, and this ball game is over. UNCP 16, Shaw 6 with the victory. UNCP moves to 3-0 on the season. With the loss, the Shaw Bears now 0-3. As we take a look at what the teams will do next week, Shaw will be on the road again at Lincoln, and UNCP also on the road facing North Greenville. And with an opportunity to go to 4-0 on the season, it's hard not to look too far ahead, but that game on October 17th against North Alabama looming for the Braves.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one for the Braves. Struggles in the past playing North Alabama, and honestly, I think that's the tester game of the season, the biggest game of the season for the Braves. And so we're definitely looking forward to that one in the future. But for right now, I think Coach Shane Richardson will be content with this win and to focus on North Greenville next week.
The Braves win on Parents and Families Weekend. They knock off the Shaw Bears 16-6. We will take a quick break, and then we'll come back with the wrap-up. This is UNCP Braves football. Back here with Shane Irons, Cameron Songer here for the UNCP Braves post-game wrap-up show. We'll get you the final stats very quickly. The Braves 16-6 winners over the Shaw Bears. The Braves had 19 first downs to Shaw's 16. The Braves converted 35% on third downs, while Shaw was just 1 for 11, 9% on third downs. That might be my most impressive stat. How about you, Shane?
Yeah, good. Anytime you can keep a offense that low on their third down efficiency, you're definitely going to see some success as a defense and as a football team. So that is definitely a standout stat as well for me. But the biggest one I see is the 360 yards total offense for Shaw. Uncharacteristic of the Braves defense to give that up. However, they come out on top, standing strong when it counts.
The key players for the Braves: Patrick O'Brien, 18 for 32 for 190 yards, 1 touchdown and an interception. B.J. Bunn, 6 catches for 70 yards, and that touchdown catch. DeMonte Rem led the Braves with 17 carries for 53 yards and a long of 17. And really the defense, they got it done. I'll repeat that stat one more time. Shaw was 9% on third downs. That looked like the key to this game, and really the Braves defense was able to get off the field when they needed to, and they will walk away victorious. The Braves improved to 3-0 on the season with a 16-6 win over the Shaw Bears, and that will wrap things up for us here on the Braves Radio Network. For my broadcast partner Shane Irons and our entire crew bringing you the YouTube stream, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.